Bougie go holler the beat. Stopping in, we been tapping in. We ain't never late. Dropping gems, we been locking in. Now let's elevate. Took else to win, running laps again. This is steady race. People's champ, boy, yeah, you know I've been a heavyweight. Stopping in, we been tapping in. We ain't never late. Dropping gems, we been locking in. Now let's elevate. Took else to win, running laps again. This is steady race. People's champ, boy, yeah, you know I've been a heavyweight.
And we back in, you know, we strapped in, we doing action, and I'm coming at this thing like I'm a X-Man. No, I'm just playing. Or I could be your next man, if that's your next plan. You know, when I get one with that, hit you with that backhand. What's going on? It's episode 41. Heavyweight Bros in the building. It is, I was about to say what time it was. It's April 12th. I'm your host, per usual, the 5XL assassin. The diabolical diabetic, the big, you gotta move my suspender though. But like the big nasty, it's my right, wearing the worst shirt humanly possible.
Good mood.
Is Jesus. It is the high yellow hitman, Coach Buck, the freaking deacon, Uncle Raisin. What's good?
I'm chilling, man. How you doing today?
Did you miss it?
Miss what?
My little dumpling.
You put it in there again?
I did it. Because you looked like you were waiting for the Milo dumpling and it never came.
I wasn't waiting for it. I wasn't waiting for it.
Nick, I know that's his favorite part. He tries to pretend like it's not, but I know that's his jam.
It's too late in the evenings. Don't got dumplings on my mind.
All for me. No Kool-Aid. Even when we made a joke about the Kool-Aid, you still didn't be like, "Oh, do you want some?" You were like, slurping. That's how you feel. How you doing, man?
Would you like some? I asked you first. You didn't tell me.
Oh yeah, you're right. My fault.
I beat you to it.
It is. It seems like it's weird because like we're coming to a bit of a hiatus because you got your vacation coming up, but it's like we got our vacations coming up. So
right.
It's one. I'm like yo. I'm like, yo, this building could be on fire right now. I'm just walking through that joint.
Listen, man, it's like, you ever seen that little Spider-Man clip where he's walking, there's just mad stuff happening around him? It's like, yeah, that's me. That was me today. It's like,
my thing is like, anytime anybody does anything, I'm like, yo, suspend them until they can come back after vacation. They can come back after vacation. They can come back after vacation. Like,
how many days I'm gone? After vacation.
Okay. Have an early vacation. We can talk about it after vacation. We can talk about it after vacation. Like,
I'll see you Monday. Which Monday? The one
after vacation. Like, I would not be seeing you the rest of this week.
That is hilarious.
But that's how I'm doing, man. How you doing? I know you got a flight at 5 a.m.
5 a.m.
That means you got to get this episode posted.
Oh yeah, I got you.
I know.
I'm all over it, man. I'm all over it, man.
Are you staying up, or are you got to go to sleep? And
I'm up. I'm up.
You're wilding. How long is your flight?
It's like 5 hours.
Yeah, you're wild, bro. You
need to take a little nap. Up so that I fall asleep on the. I don't do planes, bro.
No.
No.
Okay, I didn't realize that was a thing.
No. So I'm trying to stay up as much as I can, so I can.
You need to do a little.
Yeah. It's gonna look like Insomnia hour before you go announcing it.
Someone's like, wake him up,
right?
Wake him up. Save him.
Right. We don't have the copyright.
There's nothing.
Right. But yeah, man, I just I'm still getting over my plane phobia, man. I haven't been on a lot of planes, but I have like rode some planes. You know what I mean? But,
what's the farthest you've flown before this flight?
Nashville.
How long was that?
I don't know. It's probably like 3 hours, I want to say.
Well, see, we're pretty close.
Like connected flights.
You got a Switch?
Huh? A Nintendo Switch?
Yeah.
The boys have them. Yeah.
You got a tablet?
Yeah.
Download like 2 movies and like get a game going, and it's like, but it'll breeze by, bro.
No. I'm downloading sleep. That's what I'm doing, bro. Right. I'm not trying to be up for this flight.
Well, who are you flying through?
JetBlue.
Okay, JetBlue's all right, because I was like, I just did Frontier, and they're not big boy friendly. And Spirit.
Frontier like Spirit, ain't they?
Kinda, yeah.
You tripping,
but Spirit, I like Spirit better than Frontier. Spirit treat me right.
You riding on Soul Plane, bro. You tripping?
And I'm okay with that because I'm Soul Plane prices. You know what I'm saying? Like,
listen, you say that until you be the next episode of Lost or 100.
It's an easy way to lose weight. No, it's like, but like. But Spirit Airlines just put you in a catapult and sends you where you need to go.
The dead weight bros. Come on, man.
That's the best joke you made probably the entire time we've ever done this whole podcast.
Come on, man. You know,
the dead weight, bro.
Yeah,
that was really clever. I'm actually impressed. That was really good.
Look at that authenticity right there.
I'm still mad that this shirt is blue. I thought it was black.
Yeah, that joint definitely not black. But yeah, we're not gonna hold y'all tonight, man. I want to make sure that I get.
Oh yeah, we all breeze through this episode. Boy, this man got a flight. We about to breeze.
No, we're not gonna breeze. You know what I mean? We gotta take our time with it. You know, we're gonna let it breathe. You know what I mean? But you know, we do have some stuff here. You want to get right into it?
Oh, absolutely. As quick as we can get into. Let's get into it.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll start with digging in the crates. No diggity. No doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
I'm about to put all these songs on fast forward too.
Do the Madden song fast.
Man, get out, boy. What else come through? What's the like? I'm going to whatever in the baby. What they gonna do? Put the hall. Go flying out, bro.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I'm having a great time already.
You don't even need to go on vacation.
Right. No,
you tripping. You agreed at first. Right. You said, yeah. Like, whoa.
No, I'm not trying to be like, hey, I watch your pod. You coming into work tomorrow? No.
Negative.
Don't look for me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I only have one topic for digging in the crates. I mean, there is this whole Meek Mill, Tory Lanez beef, but I don't really care to talk about it. I don't know if this is album rollouts. It's all connected to some Mega Stallion stuff. Tory was not supposed to say in some diss track. I'm all set.
Ain't Tory locked up right now?
I think it's for what he said in the song. To be honest with you, it's like a violation of his restraining order.
I can't begin to tell you how much I don't care about Tory Lanez, anyways.
Yeah. All right. On to the next. So Jay-Z, Diddy, and Fat Joe. Okay. All made their way out for a night on the town or a day out to celebrate DJ Khaled because he got a star on the Walk of Fame recently.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Dude, Diddy and Jay-Z and other? Like, I feel like the Walk of Fame is weird because apparently you could just pay for a star.
I'm all set.
Like, I'm pretty sure like that's a thing is like if your team like calls the people, like for the most part, like anybody that's like a star like gets one. Like, you don't even have to be, like, that huge. Have you ever been to the Hollywood Walk of Fame?
I have not. But I was going to ask, like, what are the credentials for getting a star? Because I know it's like there's actors, there's musicians, there's comedians, there's all types of people.
I'm pretty sure
stars.
If you be like, I'm so-and-so, and they don't go, who? Like, you could get in.
What is it? How much do you think a star costs?
If I was to take a guess, I'd say about, like, 60K? 50, 60K?
Damn.
No?
Don't tell me that.
200K?
Don't tell me that. I'm just saying, don't tell me that. 250K. You mess around, be a year or two from now. I'm like, yo, come on down to Hollywood, bro. Help me get this star off. It's like, I went for the discounted star, so we got to put it in ourselves.
They got me right in between Benicio del Toro and Flipper.
Right. Look, I'm like, yo, Whitley brothers, I know you know how to lay cement and all that extra stuff, man. Come put the star in.
They just laid a cement and you got to make the star with your finger.
Like, nah, I meant for it to look like that. I wanted it to be hood. They're going to pour the gold on it afterwards.
They'd be like, yeah, this is for people of lower socioeconomic status. This is like your membership price.
Like, I want you to notice that. I made sure that the concrete was jagged, too, so people were walking, they roll their ankle and be like, what I roll my ankle on?
Oh, good for Raisin.
Raisin star.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah, listen.
They counted for your raisins.
Yeah. Bro, if you could buy a star, bro, then this whole thing is
I'm pretty sure you could buy a star.
Does not make
I'm pretty sure you could buy a star.
If I'm Jay-Z, Diddy, or Fat Joe, and Khaled hits me up like, yo, I'm getting a star on the Walk of Fame, like, all right, fam, you paid for that, bro. I'm all set.
By the way, in that crew, why is Fat Joe there?
One of these things are not like
the other. One of these things is Fat Joe. It's like, you've been eating off of this lean back for a little too long.
Hey, listen, do what you got to do, right?
But you telling me that you...
Nah, but he went to TV shows. Like, he had a couple TV shows that he was in.
Which TV show was that?
He was on the Netflix show. She's Gotta Have It. The Spike Lee joint. I'm pretty sure he's in
on that.
I'm pretty sure he's in that.
Does he make a cameo appearance or is he on it? Like he's a character?
No, he's like on it. Okay. Don't get me wrong. I may be wrong about like Freddie Gibbs.
All right.
I could be wrong about the show, but I'm pretty sure the main character's friend, like works in a gentleman's club and he manages the gentleman's club.
All right, we're getting way too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I got congratulations, DJ Khaled. I guess, like, you know what I'm saying.
Hopefully,
like,
you didn't buy the star. I hope it's something you earned. All right, we'll get right into this. Insomnia.
Whoever is doing the star is gonna be on the album on one of these tracks in between Lil Baby and Lil Wayne in there somewhere.
You made the best star.
Yeah, my guy Alberto. Sorry, I got nothing. That's all I had. I'm sorry, guys.
Insomnia hour.
Wake me up inside. Wake me up inside.
Save me.
Save me from the nothingness inside.
Did you watch the Snowfall episode yet?
I did.
The wedding episode.
I did.
Tell me your thoughts.
I do think it was the best episode of the season.
Definitely the best
far.
episode of the season.
Can I tell you, I don't think I've ever expressed this, how much I dislike Franklin's out of breath, getting hype voice. He's like, bodies. He's like, where he's like, you're not going to tell me. Like, when he does, like, when he starts getting like real out of breath, he's like, follow the plan. Like, I'm just like, that's where his like real UK-ness comes out. I'm like, ew. Like, I hate every time he does that. I'm like, this shit, it takes me out of the scene.
So, spoiler alert. Hopefully you have watched it by now, but Scully decides to give a wedding present to the new bride and groom. Mm-hmm. And that wedding present was him putting PCP, LSD inside the chocolate water fountain, which was dipped in the strawberries, which everybody ate. And it was a definitely crazy, wild wedding scene. By the time everybody realized what was going on, they did not care about what was going on because they were having such a great time. My question for you would be, who was your best intoxicated character, I guess?
The best intoxicated character? Or like who's a character that embodies what I'd be like at this party?
Either of those questions. Who was the most entertaining at this
point? Well,
party?
Franklin's easily the least fun person.
Right.
Where it's like everything that he's done, I'm like, oh, you having a bad trip. That's not a good look.
And I thought his mom was good at one point. Then she started wilding.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's big bugging.
Yeah.
Probably Jerome, right?
Jerome?
Rome? I was like, that's what it's got to be. Because like he was actually having a good time and he was saying some sweet shit. You know, he do.
I did like the moment where they were both talking
at the same time
and hearing each other, but still saying what they had to say. That was a pretty dope moment.
I think that was one of the best written parts of the whole episode.
Yeah. For me, it was what you call it, because he had a few, like only a couple subtle moments, but it was like they were all super real moments. Like he was like, "Bro, I've been on trips like this before. Yeah. I already know what's going on. I'm not fooled in the least bit. Let me drop some gems on y'all." It's the dude who sells the guns. I forget his name. Javi. Yeah. Javi was dropping gems on people, man. Like, oh, y'all don't know what's going on. I do. Yeah. I knew after I bit into the strawberry, I was like, this is not chocolate. Like Javi was schooling everybody, bro. I was just like, yeah, this is dope. But yeah, it was a really exciting episode, and I like where everything is going from there. Well,
so people have the same.
I thought something was going wrong. That was a crazy reaction.
People have been voicing the same opinions that you have, not just by the quality of the show, but specifically the quality of the show in regards to John Singleton's writing missing.
Right.
And so like I've heard two characters specifically that people think have been ruined by like this new writing style.
Okay.
And that's Leon and Jerome.
Definitely.
Do you think that those are the two that have suffered the most?
Not Jerome. I would agree with Leon.
Okay. Who's the other one do you think has like suffered the most? Because I think I have a different person who I think is like the clear number one. Even though like I understand where this person is coming from, I feel like they're written super crazy right now.
The aunt.
Which aunt? Louis?
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. So like you don't like Louis right now?
No.
Do you not like Louis because she's in opposition to Franklin, or because like she's legit?
Nah, because she's been in opposition with Franklin for a little bit, but I just feel like they're running out of areas to go to, so they're finding the villain from within. And not saying that Louis is becoming the villain, but that's where the riff is now becoming. I just felt like
Franklin's becoming the villain,
right? I mean, it was just an easy out.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean, like. It was an easy out. And this is like, I feel like they could have been more intricate with the writing. And it just felt like this makes it easier for us to continue episodes. And it was just like,
I can see that.
Two people get mad at each other that they're supposed to love each other. It's so predictable. And it was just like, this show was so interesting because of the unpredictability. And I know it's related to a real life story, but of course, some of the things are going to be changed. So like,
were some of the people that got invited to the wedding a little bit wild? Like the fact that Scully's at the wedding, like
I don't know why Scully was at the
wedding.
wedding.
Why is Javi at this wedding? Like Javi and Jerome don't really interact like that.
I don't know why Javi's at the wedding.
Like,
I can see why Oso is there. I don't know why old boy that's like a connect or like somebody who's like he's like a foot soldier or something.
They were like fighting
different weights. Yeah. Like they was the one dude that was fighting is good because that's the family from down south.
Yeah.
But the other dude's not like family.
No.
So it's just like him and his little homies, like even dude with the fro with the glasses is like at the bar. I'm like, why are they here? Like, like I don't know. It was
so my character is Sissy, the mom. Like I'm like, yo, like her whole thing, like obviously beforehand it was like she's the opposition, where it's like, you know, you're supposed to be doing all this stuff for me.
Well wishes to my opposition.
You're supposed to be doing this for me, but then it's like, no, I'm telling you the real, like you're really doing this for you. And it's like if you want to do it for me, then don't do what you're doing. And then it's like, now, like if I can't stop you from doing what you're doing, I'm gonna make sure that you're doing what you're doing safely.
Right.
And it's like, you know, she's a voice of reason. She's supposed to be the smart one. She's been making nothing but dumb decisions.
Nothing but dumb decisions.
And I was just
literally got rid of a character to recycle the same character through the mob.
Yes. They
could have just had them both come back.
I don't think he's dead. I think I said that already. It's like I still think that he's alive. But it's just like every time that she's on screen now, especially like when she's like by herself, I'm just like, she just annoys me. And it's like she was never like that before. Like she was a character that I kind of look forward to. And I feel like she's one that they've ruined quite a bit. And it's like you kind of like can't have your cake and eat it too, where it's like you can't want things one way and then cry about it when it happens like that way that you're helping it go that way. And
I feel like for me, they could have got the same substance of what they're getting for her in the show without bringing her back onto the show.
100%.
Literally any character on the show could be doing what she's doing.
Yeah.
So it was like you had this big reveal of her coming back, and it's kind of lackluster. So I understand what you're saying.
All right. But what you got? I know that there's another show coming out that you wanted to talk about. I didn't
Not coming out. It's already out. I didn't even know season 2 was coming out, and then all of a sudden it was here, and I was just like, oh yeah, I'm knocking this season out real quick.
What's that?
Woke season 2.
I never watched season 1.
Season 1 is a good show. I enjoy it. So,
I know it's got my boy from New Girl in it, my man Winston.
Yes, I don't. Is that his real name?
No, that's his name from New Girl because I don't know his real name. He was also in
Shocking.
Yeah, he's not that big of an actor. Like he's not like my favorite actor, but like he's been in some stuff.
I don't know what you're saying. If you want,
come what's his name?
And we will be your guest. You know it because I know you're an avid watcher. That I never know anyone's name, but I will when you come here.
That brother's gonna be Winston from here on out. What's his name on the show?
Come on, man. His name's Kyle Keith.
You just made that up, bro.
No, I'm not. I'm serious.
Kyle Keith.
Yeah.
You just put 2
Keef.
You're just saying stuff, bro. That's not real.
Oh my goodness.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. What's the basis of woke?
All right, so what happens is he is a cartoonist for a newspaper.
Okay.
And he's like kind of writing like this cartoon script that could be seen as culturally insensitive.
Okay.
But because of the people who was funding his cartoon strips, he kind of makes it that way. And then he has this moment where he gets like everybody's telling him like, yo, your script's right. It's like, it's not that cool. And he's just like, oh, I'm just a cartoonist trying to make people happy. And then he has an altercation with the police where he's treated unfairly and profiled for something that he didn't do. And they treat him really, really bad. And then when he wakes up, all these random objects become cartoons that talk to him. Okay. So like a trash can, a 40 when he goes to the store, a Slim Jim or something like that. And it's like these random voices. Like I feel like one is like Cedric the Entertainer. There's like a JB Smooth voice. Like there's some voices on here that is just like,
get me around.
Right. So they're just like, they're like telling them like, yeah, man, this is what happens when you thought this and that and that and this. And then one of his roommates looked at him and was like, he was like, yo, I'm having these crazy visions and like I'm seeing people talk to me and like I'm all set with the cartoon and like this is crazy. And his roommate looks at him and was like, oh, this brother is woke. Then, like the rest of the episodes, he's literally like fighting away from the cartoon situation on which he created to try to like make better situations for people through his cartoon writing now and outreach. And it's a pretty good show. I enjoy it.
Okay. Is it a back burner show where it's like you don't need to get to it, But it's like, if you don't have nothing to watch, then why not watch it?
If you don't need to get to it, but if you have nothing to watch, you can get to it.
Okay, so
It is entertaining, and the episodes aren't long. They're like 24, 26 minutes an episode.
10 episodes?
Yes.
But it's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu.
That's the thing, is like Hulu gets you with them commercials. Them,
Yeah,
them 20-minute episodes be 40 minutes real quick.
Yeah, you do. So, but it is. If you're asking me if it's worth a watch, I would say yes. I was happy when I saw season 2 because I was like, oh, something in between. You did put
down Bust Down.
Yep.
And I busted out the first episode.
Okay.
It took me quite some time to bust out that episode because you told me that it was on Hulu and I couldn't find it forever. And that joint was on Peacock. But I was like, I was able to get the first episode out, and it was pretty solid. I think I'm gonna stick with it.
That's what's up.
It's got 6 episodes, and I was like, oh, this is easy breezy. Like I got no problem.
How'd Freddie Gibbs do?
It was pretty good.
I told you.
I actually thought it was really entertaining, like at this part. But like I really find
you did show some range.
Sam J's comedy just funny in general.
Yes.
And also Chris Redd is
hilarious.
He's one of those guys where it's like you see certain things of him, and you're like, oh, he's one of those like not really funny comedians. Mm-hmm. But then it's like, when you see him do like his really good stuff, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot. Like I actually like this dude's mad funny.
Yeah, he does a good job. I like the guy who plays like the quirky idiot or whatever you want to call him, like the not so smart guy.
Okay.
The skinny black dude with the afro.
Is he the one that got touched?
Yes. Okay. And then you got the beige range kid, like he's hilarious as well. So like
you're literally just naming the entire cast is hilarious.
Right. I mean, listen, once you get into it, like they're
gonna have their moments of shine.
Right.
And like not everybody has had them so far.
Right. And I like that about the show. It's only 6 episodes.
So far.
Yeah. So it's only 6 episodes, but like in those 6 episodes, everybody has their own episode.
Yeah.
And it's pretty dope. And you're just gonna be like, I can't wait till you get to the barbecue episode, man. You have to have to call me after you watch that one. And
not while you in the Bahamas.
No.
Yeah,
No.
I ain't calling you then. I'll wait till you get back. When you come back, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, because if you call me while I'm on vacation, I'm gonna tell you what I'm wearing when you made that phone call. And I bet you won't call me again while I'm on vacation. Because I don't know nobody in the Bahamas.
Unless they're just like, what else?
I don't know nobody in the Bahamas.
Where's Lulu?
Oh man, so yeah, that's all I have for an Insomnia Hour.
Okay.
I did watch the new episode of Moon Knight.
Okay.
Still continues to be entertaining.
Wait, hold on. Episode 2, right?
3.
There's episode 3 out?
I'm just kidding. Look at that. See how I got it right there?
Because I was like, yo, I am lacking. I'm watching Bust Down and Moon Knight.
No, but yeah, like I said, I'm already halfway through those episodes. It'll probably be done while I'm sitting in the airport.
Understood.
Yeah.
Don't stop, pot that. So I saw 2 movies this weekend.
Okay.
Do we want to talk about the movie that I actually watched or the movie that's getting ready to come out first? Because you hit me with some new information that I didn't know today.
Let's talk about the movie that's gonna come out.
Okay.
All right.
So I saw Ambulance.
No, not the movie you watched.
Okay, talk about what's
gonna come out.
Good, because I actually I wanted to find the second main character's real name because I know it's long, and I was like, I want to get it correct because I don't want to mess it up.
You better know how to say it too because it's a hard one.
All right, so go ahead, but keep going.
Right. So they have officially named a date for the new Black Panther movie.
Okay.
Which is
Wakanda Forever.
Yep, Wakanda Forever. This isn't Black Panther 2 though, right? This is
number 2.
It is number 2. Yep. So a couple weird things. There is still a picture of T'Challa there, but it's Black Panther like in a mask. The mask looks a little different around the jaw area, but it doesn't say if Black Panther is in the movie or who's playing Black Panther. The sister is there. She's donning like the war paint on her face.
So there's a poster?
No, I don't think it was a poster. It was just like faces that were on there when I watched the informational trailer.
So there's an informational trailer?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't even realize all that. Okay.
Yeah, so it's November 11th. Okay. It's called Wakanda Forever.
Yep.
And they have named the villain for the movie.
Okay.
Which is Namor.
Namor the Submariner.
Yes. You can explain more because I don't know who Namor the Submariner is.
I mean, the easiest way to do it is he's Marvel's Aquaman. Okay. He's the king of Atlantis. In comics, he is very much him and T'Challa do not get along. Mm-hmm. There was a point in time where the Phoenix Force possessed a few of the X-Men, and because Namor is considered to be the first mutant because, like, he's a different lineage and stuff like that. He joins the X-Men for some time, and he winds up getting the split power of the Phoenix. And one of the first things that he does is he floods Wakanda and kills like half of the civilization.
Sheesh.
So like T'Challa, like, even, and like, like afterwards, like, how like superhero things go, where it's like, oh, you were possessed, like it was no big deal type of thing. T'Challa does not bang with that man at all. And like, he's just like, yeah, like you could talk about like how you were possessed and like you were all this and like all that, but like millions of people are dead right now. And like you got Wakandan blood on your hands. And it's like, I know that like you're a superhero and like everybody around here is cool with you. I do not bang with you. And he waited for his time. And so like, this is, I feel like I'm going to get super into it, but like they wind up, in the comics, the multiverse kind of starts collapsing on itself. And what happens is they have what's called incursions. And what that happens is like two different worlds from two different universes literally run into each other. And it's like a big, big thing that happens. And like the Marvel's Illuminati, like they try to figure out ways to stop it. Like they got the Infinity Gauntlet and would like wish away the other planet and stuff like that. T'Challa waited and bided his time. And they figured out, like they built like a machine that could destroy the other planet, and they were doing it like it was nothing. And like pretty much like Namor was the only one, because like while he's a good guy, he has no qualms of being like, yo, if we gotta kill people, we gotta kill people, we gotta do what you gotta do. Like I gotta do whatever I gotta do to save my, like the same way T'Challa's like everything's about Wakanda, he's like everything's about Atlantis. I don't care what y'all got going on there, as long as Atlantis is good, like I'm good. Like Atlantis comes first, then whatever the hell y'all talk about, it can go on. Right. So like he's pretty much like the one person, because like like Mr. Fantastic, Iron Man be like, I just can't destroy another planet, and he'd be like, so it's their planet or us? And Namor be like, yeah, I'm gonna be up there. So like one of the things like I said, like they stopped like hundreds of planets like at one point in time. Sheesh. And like, yeah, it was a lot. And it was like one time he goes to use it and the thing is messed up, and they're like, yo, like somebody needs to get this thing to him. So like T'Challa goes to like go bring it to him. He's like, because like everybody else is busy, and he's like, oh, don't worry, I'm gonna bring it to him. And he goes up there and he's like, yo, like here, like stuff like that. He's like, oh, thanks a lot. He's like, yeah. I'm not here to save you, brother. I'm gonna transport you to this planet that's gonna come here, and I'm gonna blow up that planet like while you're on it. This is for Wakanda, my guy. Like, what? Yeah. So like, I don't want to spoil what happens at the end of that, but that's kind of like the moment that he has. And like, Namor was like, oh, I thought we were friends. He was like, never. Like, pretty much like that. And he just like, yo, like bodies him like that. But like, Namor is a super dope character in the comics. He's usually seen as like an adversary. Like, I think his first appearance is like against the Fantastic Four, because like he lives in the ocean, people pollute stuff, he comes up, like kind of bodies people and stuff like that, and then like eventually they calm him down and send him back down for the most part. Y'all leave the water alone, I'm gonna leave y'all alone. But like he really is like, I'm trying to think like strength wise, like he can fight like the Hulk and Thor and stuff like that and be good. Like he's not like getting washed and stuff like that, and especially if it's in the water, then it's like they really can't touch him. Like, you know what I mean? Like at that point in time.
Okay. I know I did look at the cast.
Yep.
So the sister's there. The main soldier, I forget her name, from the Wakanda Army. Yep, is there. M'Baku.
Yep. Winston Duke.
Yep, is there.
Apparently they were saying he was going to be the new Black Panther.
And that's what I was thinking. But in the photos that they had the Black Panther face, and they had him next to it and a sister next to it. I remember who the faces were now. Okay. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen. The only character that they did not have as a live person was Namor. So I guess they haven't named who's playing.
No, because he's a tough person to cast like racially. Because I was like, I guess you'd kind of go Asian. Like it's like that's kind of like what he looks like. Like he's Atlantean. He doesn't look like the way we look or stuff like that. But like he kind of is drawn to look more like Asian is the best word I can think of. I couldn't think of like another one. So like I'm assuming that's where they're going, unless they just make him some white guy. So that like how they do some things or whatever. If they made him black, that'd be kind of crazy. Like I don't know, like I'm thinking about it, I'm like Puerto Rican Namor? That'd be hilarious. Whenever you see like a wave coming, you see like agua near.
Oh man, that was a quick turnaround.
But like, I gotta say though, like, oh, here he goes. Speaking of quick turnarounds, how about you guys hit up my man G Head over at Custom Merch on IG and Etsy? Hit him with that promo code Heavyweight Bros, spelled HW, the number 8BROS, to save you 10% off your order, because the more you spend, the more you save. But like, of all the Marvel stuff that we got coming up, Like we have Doctor Strange, we already know is coming out. Moon Knight's already out right now. We got She-Hulk coming out. We got Marvel's coming. Like all this stuff is coming out. Black Panther is probably the one that I'm most worried about, where I'm just like, this could potentially just not be good.
Right.
Should they have just recasted T'Challa?
That's a tough question.
I don't think it's that tough. You're granted, Chadwick Boseman did an amazing job of it, but it's like, I don't think that he's irreplaceable.
Bro, just be careful with your word choices. I did want him to get recasted, but I was hoping that they would recast him with someone who was already on the show. And I was hoping,
in the movie.
Yes. And I was hoping by some chance, like after
not the Killmonger coming back and be a Black Panther, bro.
That's where I was at with it.
That was one of my least favorite theories.
Why?
Because he's dead, man. Like we're really gonna go through all these, like, people are talking about using the Time Stone, going to the Panther realm, Doctor Strange's thing, like all this multiverse stuff that all of a sudden Killmonger is just a good guy. And it's just like, I don't think so.
I just think it's dope.
I mean, you didn't like What If, and it's like that was kind of the version of T'Challa, right? Is like
that was one of the ones that I did like, though.
You said you only liked the finale.
Was that not the one with?
No, he had his own episode. Remember, he kills Tony Stark and he does all that stuff.
Yeah, I told you I liked that one.
You've been poo-pooing that show all the way around. He was like,
it was terrible.
So that means that includes that character. You never really specified. Where it's like, I actually really, really liked Killmonger.
Go back and watch the episodes, and I'll be like,
go back and watch What If, and
nope.
Exactly. I don't know. Like, to me, like that was always like my least favorite one. It was like, like seriously, there's two good candidates already there, and it's like just recast him. Like if he took off his, my guy that's in Ambulance. Yahya Mateen the third or second.
Okay.
Like
it's a good segue.
Yeah, I know it's a good segue, but it's like honestly, like he's just been one of my favorite actors like right now. And I think he'd be super dope. The problem with that movie is like a lot of the good like Black actors, like they used it in this movie. So like Sterling K. Brown would be another one I think would be dope. But he was the uncle that they killed.
Michael Jai White.
I mean, nah, he's not a strong enough actor to be the Black Panther.
Got you.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not saying that it's slim pickings, but it's like the right age range and like all this stuff. And then it's like Michael B. Jordan is another good person to put in there, but it's like he's also was already in it. And I know that Yahya Mateen is Black Manta in the DC universe, but it's like that hasn't stopped people from crossing over in any of this stuff.
It's tough. It's tough. I just feel like they would make a mistake. Mess around and Black Panther's gonna come off and the mask's gonna come off and it's gonna be Franklin Saint. And you're gonna be like, what did y'all do? What did you do?
Even better. I never freeze, man. Terrence Howard is back in the MCU, baby. Let's go.
My bodysuit is charging up, man.
Right?
No.
Wakanda Forever, man.
No. I forgot that he was in Iron Man.
Everyone does. Because that's how you do good recasting. It's like you recast him, and then half the time people don't even remember that you were there in the first place.
Yeah, but he didn't die, bro.
Okay. Like, why does that have to matter? Like, grand opening, grand closing.
It matters.
Does it?
Yes.
All right. I'm worried about this movie. That's all I'm really trying to say.
I am worried about it too. I do like the strongest idea aside from the Michael B. Jordan one is I do like the M'Baku becoming Black Panther.
So like, let me ask you this too. So like, one of the reasons why this movie got delayed big time is because Letitia Wright, who plays the sister Shuri, she was anti-vax, and she was like, I'm not going to get vaccinated, and she wasn't going to be in the movie and all this stuff. So she halted the whole production of it for like 5 or 6 months.
Okay.
If they would have recasted her, would it have been that big of a deal?
No.
And she's about to be, and she's most likely going to be the new Black Panther, because in the comics, T'Challa does turn over the reign of the Black Panther mantle over to his sister.
Right.
So it's like, it's most likely going to be
what
her.
If they have enough film to do that?
I'm sure that is what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to
he's in this movie.
Well, I mean, the smart thing to do would just be to have him in the Black Panther costume the whole time, and then like kind of like kill him off doing something, and then have her go pick up the stuff and just keep moving from there. Like, oh, my brother died. So and then but then that way you can, in the movie, pay tribute to Chadwick Boseman like with a funeral scene for T'Challa that's technically for Chadwick. You know what I mean? It's like you could play all that stuff up like that way.
It's not recasting though.
It's not. But what I'm saying is like, if we're going with that option, it's like you could do that. Like I just don't want it to be. I just don't want it to be bad. That's all. I'm saying is like, because like I don't want to say Black Panther is one of my favorite franchises because it only has one movie, but it's like I really enjoyed that. I think it's in my 10 best Marvel movies.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
I think the most enjoyable point for me is when I went to go see it. There were some not like-minded or like-skinned people in the movies who walked out and was like, "Is this really what this movie was all about?" I'm like, what are you so mad about? We can't have a movie? We can't have a movie.
Look at them.
We can't.
Oh, happy as up. Y'all got Titanic, y'all got Armageddon, y'all got Avatar, all the greatest movies of all time. The Godfather.
Yeah.
We just want to know what it feels like one time. And all we got is Into the Heights.
I think the whole plot was really unrealistic. It's a comic book. Like, come on.
This blonde-haired Greek god who lifts a hammer that's unliftable and fights an armor that runs on nothing but like destructive energy. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, what are you even talking about?
I was like, yo, what is going on right now? Like, what is going on right now?
Let's talk about Ambulance. Let's talk about like what's going on right now. So like, second movie that I saw was Ambulance, and it stars Jake Gyllenhaal and Yahya Mateen II.
Are you saying that right?
I'm pretty sure. Like, yeah, I know his name. I knew his name was Yahya, but I couldn't remember what his name. Yahya Abdul Mateen II. I'm sorry. I apologize. Who most of y'all might know for his role in Watchmen, in Aquaman, and as Candyman, as the titular character.
Movies I did not see.
Man, you really saw none of those? You didn't see Aquaman?
No, that joint looked trash.
It wasn't that bad. It was actually pretty solid. He was actually like his character was one of the worst characters in the movie though. Like it was like he looked cool, but it's like he really just didn't do much.
Yeah, you already know I'm not watching that Candyman.
I mean, that was probably the best one out of the. No, I take that back. You still haven't seen Watchmen?
Childhood trauma.
You still haven't seen Watchmen?
No.
I'm gonna slap the taste out of you. That's like literally like the number one thing I keep recommending.
How long are the episodes?
They're 45 minutes.
How many seasons?
One. It only has one season, and it's only ever going to have one season.
How many episodes?
10.
All right, I got you.
That's what you said last time.
You got a lot of stuff on the docket, man.
I watched Your Honor. You can watch Watchmen.
Say less.
It's literally one of the greatest shows I've ever watched.
Say less. After vacation.
Okay, I heard
you.
It's good. It's
after
going
vacation
to,
during vacation.
If I ever really take the time, because I know if I really do take the time, like I'm gonna obsess about it. I'm gonna have like a bunch of papers all around and do like my favorite TV shows of all time. Mm-hmm. I think it cracks like my top 15 favorite TV shows of all time.
Okay.
And it was only one season. It was that good to me.
Okay.
You like Lovecraft? I think it was better than Lovecraft.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So, Ambulance. Before we get off of this, so the movie it's essentially a heist movie. By the way, this movie is directed by Michael Bay, which is actually important for some reason or somehow. But it's a heist movie. So Jake Gyllenhaal.
Looks like Transformers.
A lot of shots are very reminiscent of Transformers. I wish I could remember the Puerto Rican girl that's in the movie because she's also like the third lead or co-lead.
Mm-hmm. What else was she in?
I have no idea. That's the thing is like I don't really know anything that she was really in, and it was like she was pretty good, but it was just like, I mean, nobody's acting really needed to be much in this movie. Like I said, so it's a heist movie. Yahya and Jake Gyllenhaal play brothers, who their dad was like a big time heist guy. Like what would you call him? A con man, I guess. Bank robber.
Heist guy.
All right, he's like big time heist guy, and like he kind of tried to enact the same stuff on them. As they got older, Yahya kind of saw that it wasn't the best thing to do. Went to the military, try to do things like the right way. Jake Gyllenhaal kept doing that type of stuff. Yahya comes back, starts a family. His wife has cancer. She needs money. Nobody's trying to help him out. He's not getting VA assistance. He's not getting none of this stuff. He has to turn to his brother. He's like, "Hey, can I borrow some money?" He's like, "Actually, I can give you more than what you're asking, but I need you to take this ride with me." They pull a heist. The heist goes wrong. This literally is like the first 25 minutes of this movie.
Sheesh.
This movie was like 2 hours and some change long. They're speeding through all this stuff. The heist goes bad. As they're exiting, they wind up taking control of an ambulance who has a police officer that's been shot in it. And the EMT is working on him at the same time.
Mhm.
So like the only reason, because like you probably ask yourself, why don't the police just shoot this ambulance down? It's because that there's the cop in there and they're like, we can't shoot one of our fellow brothers. That's the one thing. That's like the main catch they go to every time.
Lace that joint up.
Yeah, because they were like, oh, like let's just snipe him, and they're like, not when one of our brothers inside, and he's like on like life support or whatever. And it's like, yo, if that was real world.
Blue.
Yeah, if this was the real world, they would have been like, oh, he's already dead. Pionk. And they would have took him out. They spend an hour and 40 minutes inside this ambulance, like on the run.
No.
And the thing is, like,
how do you go to the bathroom?
Like, it was like, I don't want to, like, it's weird because it's like, was this movie bad? No. Was it good? Also, no. So it's like, I felt like, why didn't they just release this on Netflix? If this was a Netflix movie, it would have been one of the 2 or 3, the top Netflix thing for that 2 weeks or whatever. Mm-hmm. Everybody would have talked about it. Everybody would have saw it. It goes to the movie theaters. Nobody saw it. Right. Nobody's talking about it. And it's just whatever. Do you remember that movie that Netflix did? No, with Mark Wahlberg and M'Baku. It was called like Spencer Confidential or something like that. It was like a movie like that, but it was like of that quality. And I think it was a little bit better than that. But this movie is essentially heat, speed, and then I'm trying to think of like another, like maybe like the phone booth, but like everybody is like,
sounds so terrible.
It's like, it was, like I said, it wasn't that great, but like, yo, when I tell you like certain things would happen and I would start laughing, and then like the people around me started to figure out that it was okay for them to start laughing, and by the end, like we're all just dying laughing about certain things that are happening in this movie. And it's like, it's a Michael Bay movie.
Ain't no way, bro.
It's a Michael Bay movie. So many cops died in this movie.
That's how I felt about the Halle Berry movie where her son got taken.
Losing Isaiah?
No.
Halle Berry's got a lot of movies where her sons get taken.
Like,
you gotta be careful.
Like Snatched or something like that, where she's like literally following.
Oh, Kidnapped. Yeah. I actually like that movie.
Yeah.
I did like that movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
The one where her son is like, the dude just like literally picks him up and she's like following him like backwards on the highway and all that stuff.
Yes.
So there's a lot of that in this movie as well. Like, yo, when I like, so like they say like they're like that Yaya is like a great driver. So like he's the driver and stuff like that. But it's like, yo, it's the like things,
the black guy who got killed in Heat.
The things that he's doing in whatchamacallit, in the ambulance, like he's got these cops flying off of the highway. They're like they're falling on top of each other.
This vehicle that only goes 55.
He's tail whipping cars into other, like, yo, like so many cops died. Like they're so concerned about this one cop that's in the ambulance. They easily lost like 60 cops in this movie.
I'm all set.
You don't care about this movie, right?
No.
So this movie is so insane that while they're driving away, Jake Gyllenhaal calls in a favor to like the cartel, and like they show up in a bright purple lowrider with with like a turret minigun on. And then like, yo, they just start airing it out, and I was like, this movie is bonkers, bro. It is bonkers.
So they showed up in the purple people eater.
It literally, not only did it show up,
Gears of War weapon.
Not only did it show up, like they were like, "What's that?" And it's like the purple lowrider shows up, and then it goes, and I was like, "This movie's crazy!" And then like, yo, like they have like the crash test dummy dressed up as a cholo in it.
Please stop.
Yeah,
Please stop.
This movie was excellent. Please
stop.
Yo, listen, man. I don't know when this movie goes on to streaming, but it's like when it goes on to streaming, do yourself a favor and watch it. So if I was,
oh my goodness, it'll be there next week.
All right, if I'm gonna put this on the nasty scale, right? You got full price matinee, $5 Tuesday, Redbox, catch it on streaming and skip it all the way around. I think it's between $5 Tuesday and Redbox, and I think $5 Tuesday is fine. Like I wouldn't mind spending my $5 to eat popcorn and watch this wild movie, but you just need to know what you're getting into. Like this movie,
the turret gun.
Yo, it had a turret gun on it. Jake Gyllenhaal in this movie is insane. Like I don't know, like I watched him with my brother. He was just like, "Oh, this is one of Jake Gyllenhaal's best roles," and I was like, "Excuse me?" I was like, "This brother is bananas in this movie." Like
the movie that he had that came out on Netflix was pretty dope.
You had a Netflix movie?
Yeah, where the lady's like kidnapped or something, and he's like the dispatcher.
I didn't see that one.
I forget the name of it, but yeah, it was decent.
But it's like because like he has the money because he's a bank robber.
Mhm.
So he's like the charming guy. So he does like a lot of the smooth talking, but then like he also is crazy.
Mhm.
So like, you know, he'll be like, this is what we're doing. And he's like holding guns at people. He's like, I'll shoot this bitch right now. Like he's doing like that. Like he is nuts. He is nuts in this movie. Ambulance. I think before you come back, I'm gonna wind up watching Sonic 2 because like this movie's getting rave reviews.
Mhm.
Like everybody is loving Sonic 2. I think it was the #1 movie this weekend. It made like 72 million like this weekend or something like that.
Black dude in it.
Who's the black dude?
Knuckles.
Okay. So does Ambulance, and that couldn't help it either. So like I haven't seen the first Sonic, so I'm gonna wind up watching the first Sonic first to then watch this one. But I'm telling you guys, if you guys have money just burning a hole in your pocket and you need to see a movie, see Everything Everywhere all at once. All I've been thinking about is how I want to see this movie again, and I know I'm going to see it again because it's like I need to see it again.
I'm going to watch it.
You should. I'm telling you, you should. Like obviously, you going on vacation, you ain't about to watch it there. Please don't watch it on your phone, and please watch it with your wife. Can you do that?
Okay.
Can you make it a date night thing where you both go watch it? Because I think it'll be good for both of you.
Okay.
All right. You ready to? You like the what? that was the Gatorade sweat drop. Damn, I'm mad that you did that on one try.
Hey, there you go.
Welcome to the Hardwood Check-in, guys. How'd that feel? Why is it every time you do a beat, it's got a scoop in it? Like if I do a beat and I'm like, boom, boom, you're like, boom, boom.
Gotta go with that small pod, itty bitty pod.
Oh man,
biggest thing in my bitty bitty pod.
I see that you have on here Juwan to the Lakers. So go.
Rumor is.
So for those who don't know, Frank Vogel has apparently already been fired, but apparently he doesn't know it. But yeah, everybody else knows it.
LeBron was coming to his crib tomorrow. He have a medium rare steak, a bottle of wine. Like, let's talk. The steak's gonna already be cooked. Like, you want me to fire up the grill? No, don't worry. I got this from Longhorns.
I just want to say that like Frank Vogel is not a bad coach, but it's like it is really tough, especially in the NBA. They say like the same voice, like they just tune it out after a while, and it's like. Frank Vogel, from what I know of, is a pretty defensive-minded coach, and it's like they didn't give him the most defensive-minded team, so it's like he's trying to run because like that was the main problem with the team. Was
problem with Frank Vogel getting treated the same way Tyronn Lue did.
How did Tyronn Lue get treated?
Won a championship, and then they acted like he couldn't coach.
Oh, LeBron left.
And bye-bye to you.
No, he was still there though, wasn't he?
Huh?
Was he? He wasn't still there. I'm tripping.
Who? Tyronn Lue?
Yeah.
I don't think he's with the Cavs anymore.
Oh. I know he's with the Clippers now.
Yes.
But I'm saying is like, yeah, he was a pretty high profile guy. Like a lot of people wanted him. Like I think the same thing for Frank Vogel. Like I don't think he's gonna not be a coach for very long.
Coaching in the Clippers, is he?
Yeah, he is.
I didn't know that.
Don't you remember I did a whole thing about him being the potential coach of the year candidate? And I was talking about how trash these Clippers are, but yet they're still like the 6th seed or something like that. And you really just don't listen to me,
Sorry.
So like
but yeah, so Juwan Howard,
yep.
Just to get back to it, is so they're looking for potential suitors for the LA Lakers next year.
Mm-hmm.
And Juwan Howard has been doing really good at his alma mater in Michigan. And they said that he could be a front candidate to coach the LA Lakers. On top of that, they're saying that one of his assistant coaches could be none other than Rajon Rondo.
Do you want Rondo as your coach?
I don't know. I feel like he's gonna be yelling at people.
Every time I don't want Rondo as a teammate. You think I want this brother as a coach? This brother be wild.
He's gonna be like the first coach to throw a basketball at somebody's face.
That's Bobby Knight, bro. What you talking about? Like it's his book.
like I don't know, but we'll see how it works.
Some people have been saying that they think, and like I think this is people reaching for the weeds and stuff like that, that LeBron is gonna convince Popovich to not retire and come and coach the Lakers.
It's not about to happen.
Neither. I don't think so either.
It's not about to happen.
It's going to be an interesting summer for the Lakers. I don't know if you saw like their exit press conference. So like they kind of just like asked them like about what they felt about the season. And like LeBron's whole thing is like, yeah, like I understand like what we were supposed to be, but it's like we barely played any games together because we were all so hurt. Like, you know what I mean? Like AD missed time, Westbrook missed time. And it was like we never were able to gel. And it's like I think we're all still very good players, but it's just like We just never got the time to gel together. And I think a lot of that is AD's fault. And then they asked Russell, and he was just like, I just never felt that Frank Vogel banged with me for the most part. He was just like, of all the things that I was able to do, or I am able to do, he never let me do any of that type of stuff. So it's like, if I'm not allowed to do what I'm able to do, like, of course I'm gonna look crazy. And it's like, I'm gonna try and get certain shots up because it's not in, even though they're not in the flow, because like I'm trying to get something going.
Right.
And so like that. And I was like, I gotta feel him.
I told you, I'll take Russ.
Of course you will.
I'll take Russ.
You were ready to take Montrez. Of course you will take
I'll
Russ.
take Montrez too.
Disgusting.
You have to do something, man. I don't think Money Mitch is going to stay. I keep saying it.
Mitch.
Mitchell Robinson.
Oh, ain't nobody care about Mitchell Robinson either, bro.
We'll see.
Nobody. The Knicks don't even care about Mitchell Robinson. They barely ever do anything with them.
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Colin Cowherd today
had
a pretty interesting trade idea.
Okay.
And I wanted to know what you thought about it. It was kind of like one of his big topics.
Okay.
And he's like, let's just say the deal is on the table. Klay Thompson and James Wiseman for Anthony Davis. Who says no?
The Warriors should say no. But if I'm the Lakers and that's proposed to me, I'm saying yes.
Okay. If you're the Sun or the Warriors, what else would you need to make that trade happen? This is how far Anthony Davis has fallen. Like last year, people were saying he's one of the 5 best players in the league. Now Klay Thompson, who like has looked kind of like a shell of himself, and Wiseman, who's kind of been a bit of a disappointment.
That's still not peanuts to give up to get AD though. You give up Klay and a young Wiseman, that's not peanuts.
I mean, you don't think it's kind of close?
That's not peanuts, bro.
I'm not saying peanuts. Like, so what if you're the Warriors? Like, what else do you need
from the Lakers?
Yeah.
All you can really ask for is a pick. You can't get a player in that trade.
Okay. So like
the equivalency of players has already been matched with those 2 players.
Okay.
So you can ask for some pick.
How many picks?
Not much. 1.
A first rounder?
No. Has to be a second rounder.
So if I'm the Lakers and I'm like, yeah, I got AD, 2 second rounders for Klay and Wiseman, you say
that's a trade.
It's done?
Yeah, it's a done deal.
Okay. That's a lot closer than I thought you were gonna say. Because I honestly don't hate it either. Mm-hmm. I think AD fits in pretty well with what the Warriors got going on, and like him next to Draymond is a pretty solid defensive unit. And then it's like Wiseman brings the youth, and then like Klay Thompson brings the spacing. I think
plus you have Poole, who's going to step up and fill that gap anyway.
Because that's what Colin's thing was. He was like, listen, like this Poole thing is pretty legit.
Yes, it is.
And he's just like, it's going to be
that
cut.
Boy don't get time, he's going to leave.
Yeah, he's going to get paid this summer.
He has to.
And then, like, I don't know who's going to do it. Like, I'm pretty sure he's up for most improved.
Yep. And
I think he should win it. Like, some people are saying Ja. And I was like, Ja Morant, most improved? I'm like, oh, first of all, his brother's a number 2 overall pick. AD was like an all-star and all this other stuff. I'm like, you can't be that improved. I'm like, this brother, Jordan Poole, was like, he was a G Leaguer, wasn't he?
Didn't know him.
I think he was a G Leaguer or a second-round pick or something like that. And like, now he's starting, dropping like 25 a game.
Didn't know him. And hitting some game winners.
Big moments. Mm-hmm. He was winning games when Steph and Klay were out.
Yep.
And Wiseman were out.
Yep.
And Draymond's averaging 4 points per game. And this brother was leading them to dubs. Yep. He's getting paid this summer.
Oh, yes.
That's faux show.
I know who got some money.
Who's that?
The Knicks.
Do they?
I don't know.
You want
once we get rid of Pumpkin.
You want a Jordan Poole, Barrett, and Reddish combo?
That would be fire.
Look at you.
That would be
Look
fire.
At you.
Go get a nice little young guard in the draft.
What do you need another guard for? You got RJ Barrett.
We need a point.
What's wrong with Jordan Poole? You gonna bring this man to run off ball to a rookie?
I just feel like Jordan Poole does a lot of good work off the ball.
He's been pretty ball dominant this year. Steph Curry's been playing a lot more off the ball.
I guess you could say that. Listen, either way, I love the way that looks.
I love the way that looks. Do you guys have the money that you think that you do?
Yeah, as soon as we get rid of Pumpkin Randall.
Oh my God, this
got to get rid of Pumpkin. Got to get rid of Pumpkin.
Speaking of other trades as well, though, like so we know that the people were talking about the Hornets might be a suitor for Russ.
For Russ, yeah.
There's another team that all of a sudden has thrown their hat in the ring for Russell Westbrook.
Who?
The Indiana Pacers.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why.
Didn't they just gut their roster?
They did.
And they trying to sell tickets.
I think the asking price for Russ is really low right now. Like, I don't think that the Lakers realize how far his value has dropped. Like if I can get Russell,
brothers in a buy low, sell lower situation. That's crazy.
They were talking about not too long ago, where it's like for people to take Russell, like they would have to give up two first rounders with Russell to trade him. And now, like, you know, I think like the Hornets or somebody like that is like, if we give you a couple expiring contracts and like 2 first-round picks, like we can get Russell. It's like, why not?
Right.
And it's like, you know, protect them. Like, why not?
Right.
And then it's like the Pacers, like the same thing. It's like, we'll give you Miles Turner and then like a pick. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, who says no to that one?
Right. We'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. Like I said, I'll take Russ.
If I'm the Lakers, I'm just happy that people
Russ
are offering
and
us
Poole,
stuff.
though. I'm jumping in the pool.
Got to get feet wet.
Yeah.
Wet. Oh, baby. But like, I know we got a lot to get to in here, so like I'm gonna try to like speed through this part.
All right,
so
ahead.
While we're talking tonight,
you really don't have to because we have no home cooking.
Okay.
There's nothing for the blitz package. Get out my way. Watch out as I come through straight to the heavyweight lovers. So we can go from basketball to heavyweight lovers.
And that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Vacation episode. Let's go.
All right. Well, while we're talking right now, like one of the playing games is happening.
Okay.
Or these are the last two. No, these are the playing games. So the 8th seed is playing the 7th seed, which is tonight is Cavaliers and versus the Nets.
Tonight.
That's tonight.
It's
on right now. Yeah.
You gotta hurry up.
I know. All right, and then there's Clippers and Timberwolves after that, and then tomorrow is Hornets versus Hawks and Spurs versus Pelicans.
I can make these picks. These are easy picks.
I mean, yeah, they're pretty easy picks. We're gonna wait until the actual playoff is set before we start jumping back in.
That Hornets and Hawks is a tough one, though.
It is. It's pretty interesting, isn't it?
I'm going Hornets.
It's pretty interesting.
I'm going.
But like, all right, we're gonna get into that.
But
San
Antonio, New Orleans. I'm going New Orleans.
We're gonna have to make our next bet
for
these playoffs, right?
Okay.
You put Roof Chris down on it again? Is that too rich for your blood?
Let's go.
How do we decide who gets the first pick in the playoff? The JFA?
Losers out. You won last time. I get the pick first.
I have no problem with that.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, we're picking it right now?
No. The one question I had, and the reason this question came up is, I don't know if you saw the Bucks game the other day. I think they played someone like pretty insignificant. I think it was Detroit, now that I think about it. They played someone, but the reason why the game was important is like if they won, they would have got the 2 seed.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, they sat all their starters, and they wound up losing, and now they're locked into the 3 seed.
Is that why Drew Holiday made $300K in 8 seconds?
Yes, he did.
Sheesh.
He played very
Secure
briefly.
the bag.
Secured the bag.
Not played very briefly. That man
He really came in for a couple seconds. He took it right back
fouled
out.
somebody and went straight to the bench.
Yep. So I was thinking, and I was looking at it, and I was like, why would they do that? And it seems like they're trying to avoid playing the Brooklyn Nets in the first round. So like it got me to thinking, who is the scariest low seed team in these playoffs?
Okay.
And like I have them in here.
Okay.
And I was gonna go from conference to conference.
Okay.
So like in the West. So like I tried to do teams that are 5 and below.
Okay.
So you have Utah,
Okay.
Denver,
Okay.
Timberwolves, Clippers, Pelicans, and Spurs.
Denver by far.
Even with the news that we got that like it's unlikely Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. are coming.
Denver.
Even with the Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell over there, still Denver.
Denver.
Can I tell you my pick?
I know who you're gonna pick.
Who am I gonna pick?
The Timberwolves.
I am gonna pick the Timberwolves. How'd you know?
Because I listen to you. Even though you say I don't.
Okay. What do I say about the Timberwolves? Why do you think the Timberwolves?
Because they've been a gritty team who've been really playing up into the playoff situation, and they're on a roll right now to where they can really upset a team. Cat is at his prime. He's making the guys around him play better, and they could actually, get over a hump somewhere. They play good defense.
So the reason why I picked the Timberwolves, and like I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at a lot of the teams in here, and of the top guys besides Phoenix, big man is kind of like a problem for all the rest of them. It's like, Memphis, Golden State.
Mm-hmm.
I think Golden State right now is slated to play Denver. So it's like, that's going to be like a weird one. Utah's playing Dallas, and now Luka Doncic is hurt, and they're saying that he might not play on Saturday.
It's over.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Utah might just be moving on because of
He's
that.
about to leave Dallas.
Luka's leaving Dallas?
Yeah.
That is a crazy claim. All right, where's that coming from?
Dallas is trash. And they brought over Porzingis to try to help this man, and Porzingis is trash.
But they brought over Dinwiddie, and Dinwiddie's been pretty money for them.
Dinwiddie my way up out of here.
I think he just signed like some big extension.
Who?
Luka? Yeah.
That's all right. It's tradable.
Russell Westbrook's contract's out there, so like you can make some things work.
I just don't see it.
So like the typical, and I'm just like Karl Anthony Towns to me is that unique of a player that he can really change a series. I think Anthony Edwards is eager to prove himself. I think D'Angelo Russell is eager to prove that he's not trash anymore.
Yep.
And I think that they can surprise somebody.
Slight way to big three.
Yeah.
Slight way to big three.
And like my thing is like, I think right now if they were to make it, they'd match up with Memphis.
Okay.
And it's like Memphis is like beatable. Like they're not like Phoenix or something like that, where it's like I don't think that they're beating Phoenix, but it's like I think that they could surprise somebody. Do you want to make your case for Denver?
I'm sticking with Denver.
I'm saying, like, do you want to make your case for?
You have the MVP on the team. I have nothing else to say.
So you still think he's the MVP?
Yes.
I feel like I brainwashed you.
I think so too.
Because it's like, I think he's the MVP too. Back to back.
No, I just feel like Joel Embiid is really dropped and Giannis is really right there. But like given that the season, and I feel like the last few games ended really quickly. And without Giannis even playing the last game, he kind of forfeited that MVP.
Joel Embiid did win the scoring title.
Joel
Embiid did win the scoring title because LeBron James didn't play.
Asterisk.
I mean, not only did LeBron James not play, his average stayed the same, and Joel Embiid had like a 40-point game, which actually gave him the actual leg up.
Asterisk.
Still asterisk. Ugh, I hate that. I hate that you feel that way.
It is what it is.
All right. So you ready to do the East?
Yep.
Like I said, my teams to watch are the T-Wolves. Yours is Denver. The East. So from 5 down, Toronto, Chicago, Brooklyn, Cleveland, Atlanta, and the Hornets.
We're picking the most dangerous.
Most dangerous. Like who are like if you were one of these higher up teams, like who would you be trying to avoid?
Right.
No, go ahead.
Because I'm about to fence this one.
Oh my God, you're right. I like just make a pick, bro.
Oh my God. So I want to pick the Bulls. But if everyone's not playing and they're not healthy, I cannot pick
the Bulls. Have looked awful this last month.
I know. But everyone hasn't been healthy either.
Okay.
So if everyone's healthy, I'm going with the Bulls.
Okay.
But if not, I really, really, really like the Hornets.
Hornets?
Yes.
I did not see you going there.
I really do like the Hornets. I feel like the Nets are an easy pick. I know they.
Can I tell you why?
Cavs have been deemed the Showtime Cavs now. I don't know.
Who's saying that?
Bro, there's all types of hashtag Showtime Cavs. Ronald's throwing full court passes for dunks. People jamming on people. They the Showtime Cavs now.
I have never heard this in my all my years.
I am not worried about Toronto, even though I feel like that's your pick because you're so big on Toronto. I'm going with the Hornets.
I do think it's Toronto. Like that's kind of like my pick.
Look, I picked both of your picks, man.
I feel like everybody up top does not want to play Toronto, and now Toronto.
I picked both of your picks.
Toronto's playing Philly, who Matisse Thybulle cannot play in Toronto, and I think that's a big thing. And it's like for some reason, like this team, like just keeps winning. Like they're the 5th seed. Like these guys keep winning games.
Okay.
Also, like. How crazy trash did the East get all of a sudden? Where everybody was big up in the East.
Yep.
And they were talking about like how wild it was. And I just named those teams and it was like, it got real spooky real fast.
They are who we thought they were.
But can I tell you like why I don't believe in these Nets like that? So like, I feel like
no chemistry.
I feel like you have to ask yourself, like, why am I scared of this team? Or like, what am I scared of? And it's like the easy thing would be like, oh, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving.
Right.
So like, let's just say they go pretty stupid. Like let's just say like a playoff
they
series.
Both give you 40.
Let's say they average 40. So that's 80 points. Most of these teams, the thing is like their defense is awful.
Yep.
They're giving up like 120 points per game.
I was about to say a few assists here and there, some garbage buckets will give them 95 points.
You're doing way too much. I think 40 is like kind of like where they're at.
No, what I'm saying is 40 if they scored 40 points, it's 80. You give them a couple of assists per person from some other guys scoring.
Okay.
It puts the team at a 95 to 100 range.
Right.
If you're giving up 110, 120 a game, you lose.
Yeah.
You lose. I literally tell my high school players that who cares if you can score 30 if you give up 35.
I'm pretty sure if the things shake out the way that I think that they're going to shake out, they're going to have to play Boston in the first round. And like the way Boston's been playing, like I
Fool's gold.
think so.
Yes.
Do you think that the Nets can beat Boston? Do you think Boston is so fraudulent that they could lose in the first round?
Yes. Fool's gold.
Okay.
Fool's gold.
I don't think they're that bad. B-Biz.
Fool's gold. I already talked to B-Miz. B-Miz already knows when the Celtics do not make it to the Eastern Conference Final, he has to wear my Patrick Ewing jersey, come sit on the pod.
Ooh, can I make a deal too? All they got to do is not make the Eastern Conference Finals?
Hit him up on the gram. Hit him up on the gram.
You already know if I hit him up what it's going to turn into. It's going to be
like, oh, you brontificate Glover.
He called me a bronze transsexual one time. And I was like, yo, you were going like...
You mean a bronze sexual?
No, bronze sexual is a regular thing. Like, that's what they call people that are like LeBron fans. And then he called me like a bronze transsexual.
So you wasn't a Bron fan and became one or something?
Yeah, and I was like, I'm pretty sure like that's what you are because you're the opposite of a bronze sexual. Like you're whatever it is. I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Too much.
It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a Travis Shamrock.
All I know is y'all get ready for this man B-Miz to put on this Ewing jersey.
It's gonna be a long episode, bro.
Yep.
Like,
yes, it is. Yes, it is. Don't worry, we're gonna clear the docket for that day, so we don't got no segue.
Can you have like a
special guest heavyweight lovers? That's
can we have like a what should we call it? Like like in chess, they have the timer, the clock that they hit. Can we have something like that? So like when we make points, like
pow, this is what I'm pow. I love it.
Or something like that, because like this man goes off on tangents, and it's like you try to get me away from my point, so you try to talk about something like that. This is what happens when I argue with shorties, and I know how this works.
About to cook you in the comments as soon as he watches.
Good, like, subscribe, and comment, bro.
Hey, Miz, you got to start putting comments on the YouTube channel. Don't just start sending them on the gram. All right,
I'll tell you what. B-Biz, just to see if you actually watching this and if you actually support it, comment whatever your bet is that the Celtics will not make the Eastern Conference Finals, and I will take that bet. Whatever the bet is. Don't get crazy and be like my rent. Don't get crazy. But like whatever the thing is, let me know. I'll wear a Celtics jersey. I'll talk about how great Larry Bird is. I'll talk about how trash LeBron is. Whatever you need. But like you want to do dinner.
That's what he's gonna say. He's going to say, I want to hear you say LeBron is trash.
Right. Whatever your bet is, make it and put it in the comments.
While wearing a Celtics jersey, and you got to tear up a Cavs hat.
Okay. Look, I'm not a LeBron James fan. Like, I don't know how many times I got to say that thing. I just think he's the greatest player of all time.
You got to say Jordan's the GOAT and not LeBron.
Okay. It's like, I guess.
That's
like,
what he got asked. I'm telling you. He gonna put the pedal to the metal.
All right, the thing is, this is really gonna be pulling teeth. Like, I need you to say that Kevin Durant is not a better basketball player than LeBron James. Like tear his heart out.
Miz, let him know, man. Let him know. You definitely wearing this Ewing jersey, so it's gonna make that just that much.
Kobe Bryant is not a better basketball player than LeBron James. I need him to say it. I need to say both of those.
Wow.
Yeah, how can if LeBron James is the greatest player of all time, how can Kobe be better than him? And we said earlier, Kobe's not even top 5.
I didn't say nothing, man.
Not even top 5. Not even top 5. Say it again. But like, is that all we have for Hardwood Check-in?
Simmons could return for the first round, but I'm not excited.
Is that all we have for Hardwood Check-in?
Yes.
I don't give a damn about Ben Simmons. The Nets don't give a damn about Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons don't give a damn about Ben Simmons.
Worst trade ever. But man, listen.
So
why is he not playing basketball?
So apparently there is the story out there that he could play in the first round. And I can't remember who it was on the team, but someone said that he's been he's super excited. His confidence is at an all-time high, and he's walking around here like he's Jordan. And I'm like, so play him.
Straight like that.
If Ben Simmons does play and he's all-star Ben Simmons like we know him, does it change the way you feel about these playoffs?
No.
Do you still think that they can beat the Celtics?
Yes.
Especially with the Ben Simmons.
Everybody's going to lose to the Bucks, so go ahead and beat the Celtics.
Okay. What about the Heat? I feel like the Heat is the weirdest number 1 seed I never hear nobody talk about.
They're the number 1 seed?
They're the 1 seed in the East, yeah.
Who was the 1 seed before them? Because they weren't always the 1 seed.
The Bucks. And the Bucks fell out.
Oh, yeah.
The Bucks are now the 3 seed.
Fool's gold.
I can't think of who the 4 seed is. That's what's killing me right now. Oh, Philly. So it's what we call it. It's Miami, Boston, Milwaukee, Philly, Toronto. Those are the top 5.
Okay.
If Ben Simmons is added, does he move up any of those rankings? Like, is he better than Toronto? Are they better than Toronto?
Yes.
You think they're better than Toronto regardless of that?
Yes.
Okay. Are they better than Philly? Ben Simmons does not want to go back to Philly.
No.
Okay. All right, here's my question. Here's an even better question. I know that Milwaukee has to
It's
play.
crazy though, because Ben is gonna guard James.
Yeah.
KD and Joel cancel out.
Okay.
Kyrie outscores Steph. No.
Seth is on their team.
Seth is on their team. So Tobias.
Tyrese Maxey.
So Maxey and Tobias equal Kyrie.
Okay.
Seth is the over-under.
Got Cork Boss.
Seth is the over-under.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with the.
Could you imagine if Ben Simmons played in a Philly Brooklyn series and he and he dropped like 35 points or something like that in Philly?
You almost made me cuss.
No.
No.
Yo, you really?
No.
I saw it like that joint came through your neck and was here, and you put that back down like the devil is a lie.
Yeah, for real, man. Like, oh no, I can't. You notice I didn't equate his points. I just said he's going to guard James
points.
Harden. Right. That's why I say he's going to guard.
You know what I mean? Where Snoop Dogg was like, "Who?" Like,
right.
Points. Like,
right. Like I don't know, man. I don't know.
So here's my question: is like. Because we said we don't think that the Celtics are making it to the Eastern Conference Finals because they have to play Milwaukee.
No, Miz.
Because they have to play Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
If let's just say per chance they beat Milwaukee, could they beat Philly? Do you think Philly could beat this Boston team?
Anybody who beats Milwaukee is going to win the Eastern Conference.
So you think if Boston beats Milwaukee, they're winning the Eastern Conference?
Yes, all roads go through Milwaukee in the East.
What about Miami? Can Boston beat Miami?
No. Because you can't win with just one guy scoring the ball, and Jimmy Butler's going to take away one of those two guys.
Wow, you got a lot of Jimmy Butler confidence.
Yes.
All right, but
I believe like Jaylen Brown is the guy and not Jason Tatum. It's not against Jason Tatum. I just feel like he can be super inconsistent at times.
Do I want to go down this road? All NBA first team.
Okay.
We pretty much have a lot of the players already set.
Yep.
Jokic is set.
Mm-hmm.
Embiid is set.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis is set.
Okay.
You got your two guards,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have what should we call it? A forward.
Okay.
Still DeMar DeRozan?
Yes.
Still Ja Morant?
Yes.
So Steph Curry drops to the second team?
No. Ja Morant has to. Steph Curry has to be there.
Okay.
He made history this year.
Second forward spot. All NBA first team now. Is it Tatum?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Durant? Or is it LeBron?
I mean, you want to say LeBron, but his team is terrible.
And that's one of the reasons why I don't think it can be LeBron.
So I have to go with KD.
Over Tatum, with the seasons that they both had, comparing their seasons,
Mm-hmm.
do you think Durant has had a better season than Jason Tatum, who's the number 2 seed in the East, and the Nets are fighting in the play-in tournament? Jason Tatum's averaging more points. All this other stuff. You really don't like Jason Tatum, bro. You really don't like Jason Tatum.
I just want to see him be consistent, man.
He's been consistently good this season.
Sell me. He's been consistent.
What else he needs to do?
For a month, maybe a month and a half. I get it, but it's just like I just feel like I've gone through this before. I'm a Knicks fan, man. That pumpkin is gonna show up, man. Is
he a playoff pumpkin? Is that what you're saying? Is he James Harden? Is that what you're saying? Is Jason Tatum the new James Harden? Is that what you're trying to say?
I just know.
I want you to get all your Jason Tatum takes out because I'm like of the opposite. I think it's clearly Jason Tatum.
Strike 12. Boom.
I think Jason Tatum's like clearly first team All NBA.
His little Nike Adapt sneaker gonna be hanging on the steps.
Kevin Durant played like 50 games this year.
Okay.
And it's like, to me, like Jason Tatum played like 70 something, and it's like he was more consistent. Like, how much more consistent can you be? Like, you know what I mean? And then like Kevin Durant is like in and out.
I'm not sold.
I'm very much so.
I'm not sold.
If I was a voter, that would be my vote. Okay, we can move on to the heavyweight lovers, because we are running long. I didn't realize that the basketball talk was going to get that long.
Listen, it is what it is, man.
That's what happens. Like, you got some wild takes, bro. I be getting that like all the time.
I love it.
Every time, like someone be like, "Yo, watch the pump, man. Yo, what's going on with your boy Raisinet, man? Like, he be having some wild takes." I'm like,
that's what I'm here for.
You're like, have you seen the new first take guy that's like the fake Skip Bayless?
You mean No.
There's a new guy that they have on. He's only done like a couple segments, but he has like the whole Skip Bayless energy.
I was thinking of the white dude who does the joint with Stephen A. He's annoying.
Max Kellerman?
Yes.
Well, he's gone. Like, they got rid of him, and now they got this new guy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was Michael Irvin for a little bit, and then like now it's kind of like rotating guests or whatever.
Okay.
But there's this one guy that ESPN has been trying to shoehorn in there, and it's like all he does is he makes the craziest takes. It's like kind of like how Max Kellerman did the whole if you want the last shot, are you giving it to Steph Curry or Iguodala? He's like, give me Iguodala. Like that's kind of like what this guy's doing, and it's like he's got like the suit. Blazer, and he looks like Skip Bayless, and he's like that. He's like, this is what I'm saying. He's doing like a lot of this, and like, Twitter's been playing him out. I need to get his name, and I need to send you some videos. Clone. Brother looks crazy.
Clone.
All right, well, like, let's go. I digress. What you won't do for love. You tried everything, but you don't give up. That joint's always gonna be in there now.
All right, so this one's on you, man.
Oh, you're not even gonna intro me? You're not gonna give me
I don't got nothing for you. No, sir. I'm just kidding. All right, so of course, last pod, we talked about the 5 love language. It came from a married person.
Mad that you stole that from me. I didn't tell you it was gonna be one of mine. But it was on mine.
Don't be that guy.
It was on my schedule.
Don't be that guy.
I'm not going
told me that in many of drafts.
I'm not going to
be that guy.
I'm not going to.
All I want to say is
I feel like that was our best heavyweight lover so far. I think it was a great topic. I think Lulu gave great insight.
Oh yeah,
and so like that. I thought that like we kind of crushed that, and I was mad that it wasn't my segment because it was that good. So
it is what it is. All right, so it's definitely on to I don't know what to call it because last time I called it something and you was like,
just call it heavyweight lovers, bro. It's your turn. Just
heavyweight lovers is Joel's turn, right. And he was talking about DTR, which is defining the relationship.
Yes.
Okay.
So, like I said, I've been trying to make this a progression of sorts.
Okay.
And so, like you've done the online profile.
Okay.
You've done the DMs.
Okay.
You got to the first date. You picked the first date.
Okay. And
then you made the first date, and then now you guys have finished your first date. Now you're going on a couple dates, and like what always happens, and it's like I look at you and I want to be like, I know you know this happens, but it's been so long that you probably don't remember. But it's like
I remember every date I had with my wife.
Okay, all right. So that was really intense.
Including the first one. I'll tell you a story about it one time.
But please don't. At some point in time, like you guys are doing whatever you're doing, and like nobody puts any labels on it, and it's like it's just a thing, and then no one wants to be the first person to dip their toe in and ask, but someone always does. So like, what are we? And like, that's the DTR moment. And it's like, that's when you find out what page are both of you really on. And it's one of those things.
Social media statuses.
Oh, it's like as soon as you DTR, everything changes. Because it's like now, like, we start to figure out, oh wait, this is what you thought this was? Because this is what I thought this was.
I was about to say, is it ever that time where one person thinks it's one thing and the other person thinks it's how did you get here?
Like there's it always happens, and it always happens that way. I guess the best way to do it is like you do it naturally and like you guys just fall into it. But it's like very rarely does that happen, because especially like in this new,
you got to define that joint.
Especially in this,
there's some guidelines that come with it. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Because that's what I was gonna get. It's almost like there's membership tiers,
right?
Like the Netflix thing. Like you got the basic one where it's like you just smash it and stuff like that. But then it's like things gotta come in there. So like I guess what I really wanted to try to do was kind of like more define like the levels.
Okay.
And I think like the easiest way to do it is to like go backwards, and it's like to talk about
scaling back.
Yeah, and then talk about like what each of those entail. And like this is kind of like the base form of it. And it's like obviously everybody's different. Like a lot of people's boundaries are different. A lot of people's expectations are different. A lot of people's situations are different. So like for instance, you could be in the boyfriend tier and like people be like, oh, we don't live together as boyfriend and girlfriend, while other people are super comfortable as being boyfriend and girlfriend and live together. Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of these things are just different. So I mean, like obviously the number one tier, husband and wife, or I should just say married, because it could be husband, wife, however you guys want to look at it. Married is like the top tier. Before that is fiancés. And then fiancés is, what probably you guys have done all the stuff up to that point.
Kicking it.
More than kicking it, it'd be fiancés. Like we've made a commitment.
I thought
to
you were still
get
scaling
married.
back.
No. Like, yeah, we made a commitment to get married. A lot of the times that entails like, I feel like the engagement period is kind of like the trial marriage period, where it's like, all right, now we're gonna move in together. We're gonna see what this next year or two looks like to make sure that we really, really, really want to get married before like we really set down roots, right? I think the tier below that would be boyfriend girlfriend.
Okay.
So, and I think this is where we need to start clarifying like the things that go in to boyfriend girlfriend.
Okay.
So like I said, a lot of people's expectations and preferences and stuff like that are different. Boyfriend and girlfriend, I was about to drop an F-bomb. Y'all definitely having sex. Let's put it like that. Like I was saying, like sex got to be in there. Like we've crossed that plateau and like we're going.
Okay.
Granted, I know there are some people out there that wait till marriage before they have sex. Like I said, people's situations are different, ideologies are different, whatever. I think the base tone is we have sex.
Okay.
Access is different, and I think that's the key thing in all these phrases is like access. Access is different.
Talk about it.
So like if you my boyfriend and if we're boyfriend and girlfriend, like I can kind of come through like whenever I want to. Like maybe not whenever I want to. Like I still got to call like, hey babe, I'm coming over. But there's a lot more of an expectation of like I'm around a lot more.
All right.
And it's like I check in with you at least every day. Like granted, like even if we're not hanging out or like we're going on, how's your day going? All that other type of stuff. Like I'm making sure that everything is cool and copacetic between us. The big key is I'm not talking to anybody else if we boyfriend and girlfriend. Like we are now exclusive. All the other stuff that we're doing before this point in time, you could kind of still be like mingling and dipping and dodging like all other ways. Right. Once we decide to become boyfriend and girlfriend, we are committed. It is just us two.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. What's that access look like though?
What do you mean by access?
So when you said access, I was thinking like how much access I have to you as a partner. Like, am I at your crib? Do I got a toothbrush over there? Like
these are great questions.
Am I showing up to your parents' crib willingly? Like,
so
when you're having a family outing, do they know who I am? Am I showing up playing dominoes with the family? You know what I mean? This
is why I always encourage back and forth, because these are the great questions.
Yeah.
Because these are a lot of things. Once we start getting to these lower tiers, you're gonna see disappear. And like I think one of the big keys is I stay the whole night.
Right.
I stay the whole night into the next day. Sometimes I don't even go home the next day. I can stay multiple nights in a row and it's not a problem. It's no big deal. I have some stuff over here.
Before you leave, I don't need my shirt back.
I don't. Jacob.
He said it the other way though.
You did. I'm gonna need my shirt back. Talk to him now. But what's called? I might have a drawer in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's the thing is like, yo, like I'm putting down roots in here. I'm putting my investment in here.
Okay.
Is what you call it. It's like, yo, I'm going to be staying around here. Like I need some stuff in here that when people come in here, they know that I also be here.
Right.
So like you can't bring no dude around here that don't know that another dude live here. How come the ESPN's on favorites? Like something like that. Like, why is there a PS4 like on top of there? Stuff like that. You don't look like you play games. What you call it? Like little things like that. I only play with your heart. I'm saying no. Okay, but
do for love.
But like I think that's a key is spending the night and staying the night, and that's okay. Also, we are dating. We are seen in public together. People know that we are together, and this is something that I've had a difficulty with. Not the whole seeing each other like in public and stuff like that, but the posting piece, which is apparently a big deal.
That was going to be my next question.
Is
that social media status?
Yes. I don't know if people still do the Facebook relationship thing anymore. I don't really see them too often, except for when people get married. Because I'm like, oh, like you guys got married, you watch now because you have to let Facebook know. So like, this is like,
not to segue too much, but I did see like a Instagram video where the girl was like, it was a Jamaican dude, and it was, I forget what it was. She's like, yeah, I'm out here with my beautiful babe, and goes to turn the camera, and he was like, yo, what you doing?
Yeah. Come on now. Like, you want a different membership tier, my guy? Right. A different membership tier. Right.
She's like, but we love each other. Well, I get what she's like, no. We not doing that.
We are not.
Yeah, she was tight.
Okay, we are not.
He was tight. Like, nah, we're not doing that, fam. Don't post me nowhere.
Yeah, because like what you got? Like it's almost like setting off the flare to everybody that like, listen, we always together, and this is a thing. So if you see one of us with someone that's not one of us, it's a problem, and if like we actually cool, you should probably be letting me know that. So like this.
Right.
But if you're with somebody who doesn't want to post you, doesn't want to do all this stuff, doesn't want to go out and be seen with you, you're probably at a different membership tier than they're on. So it's like you want to be always be mindful of like what's going on, and it's like, fellas, and I'm talking to you guys specifically because I hear it from the ladies a lot. I understand we don't post a lot. I understand like we just don't do certain things. You got to make some concessions and you have to make some sacrifices. You have to make some compromises. Start posting your shorty a little bit more. Let everybody know if you really are committed to her and you are like this is something that you're working towards and you are taking it seriously. Let everybody else know that you're taking it seriously, so that way you can eliminate all these other potential options, pitfalls, and speed bumps in this road. You look like you got something.
Nah, I was just thinking, what does the F Boys page look like?
All right, well, we're gonna get there. So I think that kind of covers like the boyfriend girlfriend stage. Like obviously, all the compromise and all the stuff that goes in there, that's between the two of you.
Okay.
Another weird situation is like when you have kids and stuff like that. I feel like if you're not boyfriend and girlfriend, you should not be meeting these other people's kids.
Okay.
I've dealt with some women who have had kids, and it's like they kind of handle it on two very different spectrums. One is you will never see my kid unless we get to like this point, and I'm like, all right, that's cool. And then the other one's just like, I don't care if you meet my kid. Actually, my kid's in there. Why don't you guys go play games real quick while I make dinner? And I'm like, this is crazy. It's like it sounds to me like I'll be coming over once man goes to sleep. It's like that. Granted, this brother don't go to sleep till 1:30 in the morning. What type of parenting are we doing here?
This is my mommy's friend. Yep.
The Doritos commercial. He's like, don't touch my mama. Don't touch my Doritos. Yeah, so like that's like I said, all that type of stuff. Like that's the type of stuff that you got to work out on your own. It's weird because like when I talk about this with like other people, like one of the things that come up is money. People are always like, oh, like if you're a boyfriend or girlfriend, like, do you pay rent? And I'm like, whoa, I don't pay rent nowhere I don't live at. You sound crazy. That's wild. But like I said, I think that's another topic for another day. I think because like that's getting a little bit too in depth, and I think that's a whole subject matter in itself.
That's Mary type stuff, man. Once you start dealing with money,
oof, because it's like that's rough. Yeah, granted, I'm taking you out on dates. So it's like, and it's like
you're not checking my wallet when I do that. You just
making
sure that I'm paying.
Don't do that, because I ain't taking you on no date that I can't afford in the first place.
Right.
Because like especially if we're boyfriend or girlfriend, we should be comfortable to the point, or I should let you know, like, hey, I ain't got to do.
I was about to say you should know what I'm spending based on where I bring you.
I also know what I think about you.
We had hibachi. All right, go ahead and live it up. We had Applebee's. You better.
We had Little Caesars.
Right. Right. Like, it's half price apps and desserts. You're just going to wait 10 more minutes for this waiter to get over here. After 9.
I'm not even picking you up until 9. So I know when we get there, like what type of time we actually are.
Right.
So then there's a tier below. And the tier below boyfriend and girlfriend is the messy area. Because it's like there's a lot in there. And it's like I was trying to like kind of like put a concrete thing on it, and it's like I kind of came up with like
soiling your royal oats.
So like I kind of came up with, I was like, it's the talking stage / the dating stage, which is before your boyfriend and girlfriend, where it's like we can do some stuff in public because we're dating. You know what I'm saying? Like we're getting to know each other. We're having some relations.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we're in it, and it's like, but I'm not letting everybody know that like we're talking, because it's like one of the worst parts of dating is when you get super excited about a person, you start telling everybody about that person, and then next week that person ain't around, and everybody asks you and you get upset. That's because you was in the talking stage and you wanted them to be a boyfriend / girlfriend. You wasn't there yet. The talking stage can fall out at any point in time.
Don't press it.
Access. We're not posting each other. We're not doing all that type of stuff. You only talk about this person to like your close friends. Hey, like, you know who I'm talking to? I'm talking to this person. Because it's like, the whole ground is shaky, because like especially when you're dating, it's like you're probably also seeing other prospective dates as well, and so are they. So it's like you can't get too mad if like they're also on a date, and it's like one of the hardest parts and one of the worst parts is when you're dating multiple people and then you kind of figure out the one that you want to make boyfriend or girlfriend. You got to kind of cut everybody else off.
Been there.
Yeah. What'd you do? Did you ghost?
Nah, I didn't ghost. Lulu just came around more often.
So you just stopped talking to the other ones?
Nah, she kind of like went like female pit bull kind of status.
Oh,
like, she
marked her territory.
Yeah, she ain't fighting nobody, but just like She just randomly come around like, hey, I brought you a plate of food. And, you know, the other ones are looking at me like, who's this? And she's like, hey, have a good day.
The other ones was there already?
Yeah. It's like, have a good day. Yo, I told you, my wife is a G, bro. My wife is a G.
That's a lot, bro.
Super confident. Like, I'm not even going to stay to see what's going on. I'm going to holler at you later. It's just like super intimidating, living in people's head to the point that
now you got to do the thing is like, oh, I'll see you at 9. So that way everybody knows that like I'm going to be back, and he knows I'm going to be back.
What did you say at time? She just be like, I'll holler at you later. Like, oh my goodness.
She liked it. Look at this. You liked it.
Listen, man, she bagged me. I bagged her. You know what I mean? But it's just like you mess around and you
maybe I'm hosting.
You chilling with the other shorty. You just open up the plate and start banging the plate. It's just like
and you go,
every bite is like a dagger.
Wait. Hold on a second. Because if I remember something about like your wife's side of the family. Like apparently the cooking isn't one of their
wife like that.
Cooking wasn't one of their
specialties.
specialties.
My wife like that.
You said
don't play my wife.
That one of the first couple plates that she was making.
It was a long process. But I also was super hood and ain't had nobody cooking dinner for me neither. So it's just like it ain't my mama's.
Yeah.
But it ain't steak and cheese grinder every night.
Yeah, but steak and cheese grinders on salad right now.
Not every night. Not every night. Eventually, I'm like, you know what? I just want a salad.
What was your go-to steak and cheese spot?
MJ's.
Okay, so that's where you lived at too. It was at 6 Corners.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was MJ's. It was Pizza King.
Yo, you was in the trenches. Granted, like I love MJ's. Like I think like, they got some really solid pizza stuff like that. But if that's where you're going on the regular, because you have to, because you live there, you was in the trenches, boy.
Yes.
Like
yeah, it was
Pizza
bad.
King is.
It was bad. It was
what do they call
bad.
it? Crown Pizza now or something like that?
Yeah, it's terrible.
All
it
right.
was good. It's not even Crown Pizza anymore. It's Halal Chicken.
That's
the
crazy.
chicken spot.
That's crazy.
And it was really good. And then
that's how often I don't go to
somebody
else. I don't need
somebody
to be
else
around
now
that
took over that spot, and it's not the same. So it's dead.
They do the same. They do that every summer though. Like every summer, it's under new management.
Right.
That's because of 6 Corners.
I'm telling you, get in and get out like an OG.
Give me the loop. Give me the loop.
right. Get in, get out like an OG classic.
But yeah, so like I think the talking and dating stage is that area like right in between there, and I feel like access is different. Mm-hmm. So like I feel like when you're talking and dating, can you stay until the morning? Yes, but I feel like you have to be gone by a certain time. Like you can't be here by 12 o'clock. Like you know what I mean? Like at some like this ain't one of those things where it's like I wake up, you wake up, and then it's just like we're just watching TV on the couch. It's like, oh, like what do you got going on today?
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying? Like you got to have that type of conversation.
There's no falling asleep. There's no falling asleep. There's no falling asleep.
When we get to these later ones, you definitely not fall asleep. You
as soon as we get to this, like,
hey,
let me get you to the crib. I'm falling asleep. Yeah, it's a wrap.
Hey, Noah. Hey, don't doze off too crazy. Your Uber's about to be outside in like 2 minutes. So I guess
I'm gonna need my shirt back.
You definitely not keeping none of his clothes. That's for damn sure. But like dating's a little bit different because like if the date's good enough, like you could kind of stay for like a little bit. But then it is kind of like this thing of like you got to go. Like you kind of tell them ahead of time. Be like, oh, like what you got going on tomorrow? Because tomorrow I got to get up early to go do this, and that way there. You know, hey, remember when I told you I had to get up?
My mom to an appointment. That was the go-to. I bring my mom to an appointment. So that way you can get him out, but it's also like mind you, we all had a pass. You know what I mean? I'm not a dirtbag.
Some people are in the present.
It's just like, oh, and you're a mama's boy? Like, yes, I am. I'll take care of
I didn't have no choice.
No
daddy. Daddy wasn't there to take me to the fair.
It just happened.
I was thinking about Marlon. That's the new thing. No. You talk too long. And then so
for y'all that didn't know, that was a Fresh Prince, Bel Air, and Atlanta reference all in the same.
That was all mashed into one. That was the multiverse of blacks.
Right.
That's how that was. So then the tier right below that is the sneaky link / the booty call area.
Shoot.
So like you gotta
bear, no expectations.
You gotta bear with me here. So like,
no
and I feel like I also need to clarify.
It's a part-time job.
There is
only picking up shifts on once a week.
There is also a difference between a booty call and and a sneaky link. I feel like, and I feel like the difference is the consistency piece of it. Okay. Like first and foremost, the reason why it's called a sneaky link, no one should know who your sneaky link is besides your closest of confidants. Like nobody should know that you and this person meet up at any point in time. You get your whatchamacallit, like, hey, on Wednesdays and Fridays, if I send you the demon emoji by 6 p.m., I need you up in here. I need you to handle your business, and you are not here in the morning. That is folks show.
That's what's happening.
You might need to keep your clothes on and keep it moving. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you got
what is happening? This is a battlefield out here.
You are most certainly not getting breakfast. You are most certainly not being seen out in public together. Yeah. Like, you got your own life going on. I got my own life going on. You might be in the talking stage with other people, but we both know I got that hammer and you got that good. And it's like, that's all that needs to happen. Like, it's just like,
it is a battlefield out here.
Hey, and it's like, and like another big thing. And it's like, because this is a problem that people have.
Okay.
Once you are like, I don't need to know like what you got going on. But once I know that like you are in the talking stages or you are in whatever, I fade right out. There ain't got to be no, I'm hitting you up randomly, like, I still miss it, but I'm trying to get that. No, your job is finito, my brother. Like, you're done until that does not work out. And then it's like, hey, big head, you start getting that, and you start getting those messages back. Now, a booty call, on the other hand, is different.
It's more inclusive.
So the booty call, first of all, it's almost like the bat signal. Like, you toss the wide net out, and it's just like whatever sticks to the wall sticks to the wall.
It's 2 words.
Yeah. What's 2 words? Because to me, it's 3 letters.
You up.
That's that you up text. That's a good. That's it. Sometimes that's a sneaky link message too. But it's like WYD. What you do? That is the bat signal, and it's like you look at the 6 or 7 people that are in your roster or in your rotation. You send out those YWDs or WYDs, and it's either the first one who hits you back, but there's always one that you're like, if this one hits me back, then folks show all the rest of these are under and stuff like that. Because there's one that's like, because you also like, not only is there ones that like they could potentially be like in a sneaky link area or stuff like that, but there's the ones that it's like you were never 100% sure that you would get up in there, but you've always wanted to know. And it's like I said, you cast a wide net out. And it's just like, sometimes the big fish is in the net.
What do? You
cast the wide net out.
One more time.
Cast the wide net out. I was trying to think of what the perfect cast from the Goofy movie is. But it's like, what's the SpongeBob? He's like, then you go forward, then left, right, left foot forward. Don't forget it. Bang it around town, bring it around, and cast it off. It's the perfect cast. But whatchamacallit? Like that's the WYD, and you usually set off the WYD sometime a little bit earlier because, like I said, like you got the perspective people out here. You want to make sure everybody got a chance to see it, so that way you know who you who you maneuvering around and stuff like that. And then it's like if you don't answer fast enough or you don't get a text back, you missed it, my brother. Like you missed the opportunity, or you know where you at on their list, and it's okay. Because you don't do the thing don't be the thirsty booty call. Don't be the one that like they send you the WYD, you answer back, have an hour or so goes by, it's like, so what are you doing though? But like, so where are you going? Because like, and then you calling, oh my God, sneaky links for the most part, and booty calls, you should not be calling anybody. It is all via text or on Snapchat where those messages get deleted in 24 hours.
Sorry, fam, you did not make the final cut.
That's right. It's like, okay, you missed your chance. There's plenty of time, you could get back out there. But it's like, for some reason, you wasn't bringing that heat. And it's just like, you're the steak and cheese for the 4th night in a row. Like, that's kind of what it is. Oh. And it's like, it's a messy game. It's an ugly game, but it's like, you can't hate the players. You can only hate the game, and you just got to play the game or else you're going to get played.
Sheesh. You Goldie?
That's the thing. I mean, you saw what it is, player. The chick chose me.
You know the rules of the game.
But it's just like, it's like I said, it's rough. It's rough out here, stuff like that. But it's just like, that's kind of what it is.
Hard out here.
But I think that if everybody does with it, because that's the thing, is like there's always the liars, there's always the cheaters, there's always these other people out here, stuff like that. There's the people that they don't respect the game. Okay. You watch The Wire, right? I'm just doing it for confirmation.
Okay.
Think about Stringer Bell. Yeah. Stringer Bell was in the game. Yeah. But he never respected the game. Nope. He always thought he was better than the game and he was above a game. Yeah. And that's why
he got played.
That's why he got, and who bodied him? the two people who represented the game the most, the game came back and got him and bit him. Because whatchamacallit, because that's what happens. So like there's the people like that exist. But no, if you can make it past the sneaky link stage, you make it past the booty call stage, you make it past the talking stage, and you get to the boyfriend girlfriend stage and it's legit, and it's like it is what it is. It's like, yo, like something's got to be going right. The thing is, I think a lot of these relationships, they mess up is because people are putting people in the wrong membership tier that don't deserve the membership tier. Like whatchamacallit, they using canceled visas and stuff like that, and like they're using someone else's account, and they're not supposed to be here.
Canceled visas.
They're not supposed to be here.
Visas.
Like I'm sure you've seen people that like you'd be like, oh, like y'all are like dating, because like I thought that you was whatchamacallit, like you dating this brother? You thought you dating this, like, you know, and like and like because that they have different expectations. They're whatchamacallit, they're still doing their sneaky link stuff, they're still doing all this stuff, and it's like they didn't belong in that membership tier. And that's the type of stuff like you got to evaluate. And it's tough the first couple months of a relationship. The thing is, I feel like men, when it comes to dating, they do work backwards. They do work from the could this girl potentially be my wife? And as you start showing them other things, they go pew pew pew, wham. Like you're like, I'm literally only here for the top type of deal. Like, that was too much? That was too much? I'm sorry. And it's like, and I feel like whatchamacallit, girls kind of work the opposite, because it's like, I mean, first the attractiveness piece is always one. Okay. But then it's just like, ooh, as long as he don't say nothing dumb, I might give him some. And then it's like, oh, he's actually smart, got money, stuff like that. And they go that way while we go the opposite way. Does that make sense? Or do you feel like that's
moving
true?
Forward and scaling back? I guess so.
That's it? You just guess so?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
I know you've been out the game for quite a bit.
It's a battlefield, bro.
It is.
It's a battlefield.
It is.
It's a battlefield.
And
I'm not walking around no landmines, bro. I'm not
doing ain't nothing more dangerous than when new stuff comes sniffing around too. Oh my god. Because that's like and like I'm sure once we get into like further on, when we start getting into relationships and stuff like that, like we start talking about how to handle when things like that come up, even though like I feel like you already about to be like, yeah, handle it by you don't exist. That's it.
Listen, man, that's one of my next topics.
Yeah? I didn't mean to spoil that.
Oh no, it's okay. You're fine.
All right.
You're
so
fine.
Like
this thing is like the infinity gauntlet.
Yeah.
It makes things worse.
I was like, all right, so like I'm gonna use level 3 language. Like I understand.
Thank you for the warning.
Like I understand that being digmatized is a thing.
Okay.
Where it's like, so like my man's puts it down, but it's like, yo, everything else about him is like red flag city. You got to keep him in this range. And it's like, I know it's tough. And it's like, I talk about the Cat Williams thing. It's like, don't trade your 85% brother for a 40-something% brother.
Nah, it's 80 for 20.
80 for 20. It doesn't matter what it is. Like, do not, don't downgrade when you don't have to.
Facts.
Because it's like, yes, you're going to miss this thing. This like that's going to be there. But I guarantee you, like, all the nonsense that comes around that ain't worth it. When they got all the other stuff that you're really looking for, the stuff that's going to make you progress, the stuff that's going to get you to be a husband or a wife.
Right.
So it's like, when you like, don't jump into the other stuff unless you're ready to drop your tethers, the other stuff. But when you, like, if you can't drop the sneaky link, don't move to the boyfriend-girlfriend stage. Because then all you're doing is wasting both your time. And it's like, I feel like that's like the real cutoff. Like all the other dating and talking and booty calls and sneaky links, like all that stuff, like once you hit the boyfriend girl stage, like all that has to go. Because it's like now we're trying to make a commitment and we're trying to progress.
I think a whole nother episode for you is what happens when you can't let go.
Eesh. I think Fab's got a whole song about that. Baby girl, like, you know my situation. Sometimes I know you get impatient. And it's like, no, I think one of my topics is gonna be like know your role, like The Rock, where it's just like when you are in these things, like how to play your position properly and like, you know, stuff like that. But it's just like, you know, I feel like we just need to get the membership tiers out there of like where we at. So if you didn't have anything else to add, do you have a Raisinet?
I do have a Raisinet. And it's very
or a cultural gem, I should say.
I have one of those as well.
Which one are you gonna go with first?
Well, you asked for the Raisinet first, so I'll go with the Raisinet.
Did we ever come up with a Raisinet song? Do we not need songs?
Nah.
Okay. Shine bright like a raisin. No.
But no, I'm gonna go right into what's relevant for what I got going on in my life, man. Like I'm just gonna tell people vacation more. I am not a big boat guy. I'm not a big plane guy, but I've realized that like there's a lot of time that I've missed some real quality moments, not taking the time to get away. So in the very near future, not just starting from now, it's just gonna. I mean, well, yeah, starting from now, it's gonna be a lot more vacation time in my schedule. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry. I like. There's something. I'll wait until you're done. Because I wanted to add to that.
Okay, it's just like I feel like my wife deserves it. That time away is like it makes for those refreshing moments. It doesn't always have to be a reset here at the home somewhere else. It just makes for that much more. And then that family vacation time for that quality time where you're just like, all right, we gotta put our phones in a box, we gotta kick it and see what's going on. Like I know like there was a lot of tough stuff that happened during the quarantine, but like it changed my family setting. You know what I mean? Like the kids got bored with the phones. They started playing board games together. They're kicking it together, chilling together, playing video games together. And I was like, what the heck is going on in here? You know what I mean? And like everybody's space that they're usually in came back to it being one space. So it was a very like rehabilitating situation for our family. And I can only imagine what we could happen if we weren't forced to do it. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Nah, but I agree because like the Butch guy, I mean, like that's what we do this all for, right?
Right.
Like the reason why we work so hard, the reason why we do so many things stuff like that is so that way we can enjoy everything that the world has to offer.
Right.
And like try to see as much stuff as you can. Like you said, boats aren't your thing. It's like that. Heights is not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like there are some concessions that like I've made where it's just like, hey, like I'm willing to do this and that because like I want to enjoy this thing. I ain't skydiving.
Right.
Don't talk to me crazy.
Right.
Let's not get crazy.
Right.
Like first of all, like I don't do heights, and it's like I just know my big ass. Like I guess going what you call it, it's like a rock.
I'm telling you.
Like you know what I'm saying. But it's like yeah, because like the thing is like you don't know what you don't know until you know it. So it's like,
and if you don't know,
now you know. Like one of my favorite things now, and it's like I've only done it once, was scuba diving. Like I was like, I didn't realize that scuba diving would be something that like I'm into until I did it, and I was like, I don't know if I want to take vacations where I don't scuba dive. Like that's how dope it was.
That's dope.
And stuff like that. But like some people need to figure that piece out. So like the reason why I was laughing though is because I think one of the key things about like these membership tiers too is like trips and stuff like that. And it's like unless you're a boyfriend or girlfriend, y'all should not be taking like out of town trips together.
Nope. Six Flags.
Yeah, like I mean but that's a date. Like you know what I'm saying? Like those are dates, and that's in dating and stuff like that. It's like we're gonna go to like attractions or like whatever stuff like that. But it's like a real trip is like, hey, like let's go to Colorado for a weekend.
You're tripping.
Yeah. The only trips you see it in the booty call talking stage is at Motel 6. That's it. Or you at the Hojo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Is like you like
the Hojo made it on the episode again.
Always got to. I'm waiting for the sponsorship, baby.
Oh my goodness.
The Hojo for JoJo. Let's get it, yeah. Like you already know
goodness.
You already know though that I be at the Hojo and I be back there with your girl and she about to blow. So every day. All right, my fault. But yeah, don't be taking no trips with someone who you're not committed with, because like yo, them joints get real greasy real fast. Especially like because then you put money in the equation, and it's like don't put money with somebody that like because I feel like if you're not in a committed relationship, there's not a lot of trust there, and it's like if you don't trust somebody, you do what travel with somebody you don't trust more than 2 hours out the way, crazy. I think you wildin'.
Yeah,
you're not even supposed to be spending the night fully in whatchamacallit. We gonna be out there
tripping. I'm telling you.
Yeah, 100%. Shine bright like a diamond.
Hey.
Cultural gem, baby. What you got for us?
I'm gonna tell you what I got for you. I'm trying to get to this cast and crew. Oh, there we go. All right, so I mean, I'll be a Spike Lee type dude, man. I was feeling really Spike Lee-ish today, so I decided to go with School Days.
Damn.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was a Spike Lee movie until you just said it.
Oh yeah. Definitely a Spike Lee joint. It came out in 1988. It stars Spike Lee, of course.
My birth year.
Lawrence Fishburne, Tisha Campbell, Giancarlo Esposito. Pretty sure I said that right.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yep.
Gus Fring from Breaking Bad, for those who
got Ozzie Davis, Samuel Jackson, Jasmine Guy, Bill Nunn, Kadeem Hardison, Roger. I forget how to say his name. Malcolm. You know, I was going back
Is
to
it
that.
Gutierrez?
No, because there's a V there. But you got Daryl Bell.
Why does this Malcolm line always come up? It's not that good of a line. It's not that big of a line in this movie. He's had bigger roles.
I just love that line.
Is he not the blood-sucking leeches?
I like that line.
Oh my gosh.
You have Malcolm X hat on right now. Like, come on, man.
Still.
Malcolm. But yeah, School Days is the main character is Lawrence Fishburne, and what it is like it's at Mission College, which is like a predominantly black college. I think it's all black college.
HBC.
Yes. And there's kind of like this dark skin, light skin thing going on where like light skin people's calling like the jigaboos and like all these cultural misconceptions and stereotypes and how we treat one another. And the ultimate message is to just wake up. Like, stop trying to play into these stereotypes of what people think you're supposed to fit into. Stop thinking you have to act a certain way and just realize that we're all one common people and we should be coming together. But basically, like, Lawrence Fishburne is like part of like a political radical group on campus. And
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yes, he's like the leader of the
Latinos.
No, not the Latinos. They're black as well, but they're like a fraternity group.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And they have like the
I'm gonna let you know right now. I haven't seen School Days in like probably since I was 10 years old.
Daddy Lowe's true.
Yes, but like I'm saying, it's like I was probably like 9 when I saw School Days.
Yeah. Thank you, Big Brother Almighty. You better get
So you see it frequently.
Oh yeah,
like, okay, right.
But there's a lot of good iconic songs in here. It was one of the few movies that inquired a lot of music scenes in it, kind of like a West Side Story type feel coming from Spike Lee. Did a great job, fabulous job with this movie. It's definitely one to watch if you have not seen it, and if you have seen it and haven't watched it in a while, definitely double back on it, and you know, you might see something that you didn't see before.
Where can we catch it?
Hulu.
Wait, Hulu's got it on its regular service?
Yep.
Oh,
no, premium subscription. Sorry, but you got YouTube.
That means you paying to get them commercials out. Ain't nobody paying that extra money for that.
Right. You got YouTube. You got Sling. You got Fubo.
What's on Sling?
Yep. You got Fubo. I don't even.
There's a Fubo.
FUBO. I don't even know what
Fubo.
Yeah. I guess. I
know when I watch these when I stream these fights illegally, Fubo is always one of the things that they try to get me to get.
Got you. You got Amazon Prime. It's on Showtime. And of course, you know, it's on that Voodoo. Look, he was ready. It's on that Voodoo.
Get it, boy.
I feel like Voodoo is just fake. One day we're going to actually try it. It's going to be nothing there. Why is everything on this place? Yeah. Everything is on here.
I just did an ill catch with my foot to catch my phone.
That's what's up. Quality. You done dropped it 3 times already. You might as well make one catch.
Hey, you right.
But yeah, School Days. Check it out. 1988, Mission College. Dope movie.
From what I remember, solid addition.
I
said, from what I remember, solid addition to Cultural Gems.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But like, I think that it's one of those ones that I haven't seen in so long that like I'm mixing a bunch of movies in with it. Like, you know how like you do that thing where it's like, oh, it's a school movie. So you're just saying a bunch of stuff. It's like, well, that's not that movie. You're thinking of this movie.
Right.
Like, that's class act, bro. Like, you know, it's like something
right.
But
yeah, definitely a dope one. But that's it. That's what we got for today, man.
All right. I know you went, Khalid. You on your way out.
On my way out.
You got anything you want to say like before you go?
Bye.
We're definitely gonna get this uploaded by tonight, right? I'm so thirsty.
Oh yeah, I got you.
All right.
I got you.
All right, then. Check y'all out next Tuesday.
Yeah,
full week. So we'll be back
in a week.
Tuesday.
See you in a week. Give you some time to catch up on some episodes. I'll at your boys.